And we are live. Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever in the world you are, whichever continent you are. Welcome, welcome to another episode of The Road to Tokyo 2025 with myself, HP, from HP Chat Track, and of course, my good friend over there from Coach's Desk, Coach Minzy. Coach, how are you? Good evening. How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm here. Good evening and welcome to our viewers, listeners, wherever you are in the world. Big up yourself. Thanks for joining us. And certainly we look forward to a wonderful, wonderful discussion. Mr. Warren, we're there in a place already over TikTok. Big up yourself, Warren.
Already, he's here already.
Yeah,
Warren,
man.
big up yourself, Mr. Where?
But I just want to make a note of this. I think United States would have named their roster, and I tell
Mm-hmm.
you, it seems to be a solid one. And
Mm-hmm.
Overstar Athletics got four on the list. I tell you, in the
Yes.
100 meters, the man creating history. You
What a
understand?
legacy he's building.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I wonder if it is a takeover go on.
Mm, mm,
Yeah,
mm,
man.
mm.
Welcome the people them in the chat. Alexia Dixon. Onika, big up yourself. Yeah, man. We are HP in the building. We're gonna deal with the thing. And please do remember, folks, that this is the second night of the road to Tokyo. And we have some more exciting nights to come that you don't want to miss. Please remember to tell a friend about what is going to be happening. And also, too, please remember to subscribe to HP Chat Track. And if you're new to Coach's Desk, also subscribe now, man. Hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share the live, everything. Share, share, share. Peter Martin in the building. Is that Ray Donnelly? Big up yourself, Ray Donnelly. Berta Yardi in the building. Black African, a whole lot of people on already, HP.
Yes, man, they're rolling in, and
Yeah,
I
man, them
love
are
that.
rolling.
I love
Yeah,
that.
man.
I love that. I love that. But as you were just saying, the US team, it changed a little bit. Not what we were expecting because
Mm-hmm.
Alea Hobbs, she did so well at the trials to get that automatic spot, and because of injuries, she's out. I've seen Gabby Thomas a few times on the Diamond League circuit. In the latter part, she wasn't really herself,
Yeah.
and I'm not surprised that she is out because she was really really struggling. But Dennis Mitchell, man, Dennis Mitchell, one, two, three, four.
But you know what? You know the Gabby Thomas situation. I wasn't really surprised.
No.
She really struggled at the national championship.
Mhm,
She
mhm, mhm.
struggled there. I think it's because she's probably one of the better sprinters in the 200. That's why she would have made it. And you see the Alia Abs, me I go take a little cut and swipe at our coach. I remember I make a statement about one
Because we're not
particular.
doing the 100 yet, you
Me
know.
know, I don't know I don't know. Me just I take a little jibe at him.
Okay.
He made mention of one Brianna Liston that he think about keeping durable persons in his camp. I wonder what is happening with that durability. I don't like to, laugh at these things, but I
No,
just had
don't.
to mention that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's how it is sometimes, but it's very unfortunate because, Hobbs really, she looked super good in the 100. She was really rounding into form at the right time. And boy, I tell you, injuries just cannot leave some athletes alone. It doesn't matter what they do. Injuries seem to find a way in their homes, in their pockets, wherever. But, the US team kind of getting a little touch here and there. The Olympic champion is also out, as we know, in the men's 400. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So, guys, tonight is about the quarter mile, which is the 400 meters, the quarter hurdles, which is the 400-meter hurdles, and my favorite. the middle and long distance. So welcome, welcome, guys. And before Coach kick things off, I'm just going to update you on some rules. Now, I just want to share with you that the alternates for the Jamaican team, who are the reserves, they will not be traveling until they are needed. If they are needed, they will travel. But my little thing about that, coach, is Japan is 30 plus hours from Jamaica, between 10 and 15 hours from the US. If we need some one of these reserve, what time frame would the time frame allow them to travel and be well rested for their event, or is it that they're in a camp close by where they are doing training routine, they're staying hydrated, and they're rested? Your thoughts on that?
I if I were to be brutally honest, I don't think it makes sense. Um, it's either you take me or you don't take or you don't name me as the reserve. Um, in terms of logistics, I would take them
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because of the distance that it would on the athletes to reach there, the timing, and
Yes.
how are you going to know that the person is going to have an issue before the competition, and how long is it going to take that particular athlete to reach? So I think is you either name me as a reserve and take me, or you don't name me as a reserve and don't carry me.
I was shocked when I saw the release, the press release, that the reserves will not be traveling. And some of those people are Hansa Parchment for the 110-meter hurdles,
Mm-hmm.
um, Young Karika Hill for the hurdles, and I think
Sean D.
Jody,
Thompson,
Sean D. Thompson, right, for the long jump.
because Jodine is a reserve. However, because she's a
She's in
part
the
of the relay
relay.
pool, so
She would be there.
she will travel with them.
Yeah, yeah. So I just wanted to, update our listeners, viewers on the rules as we get them, because we want people to understand the rules more than anything, because not understanding the rules is causing a lot of conflicts, and people are just talking based on emotion. So each night we come, if we have update on the rules, we are going to be sharing them with you guys. So now, to kick things off, as I said before, we're going to be looking at the quarter mile, hurdles, and the 400 meters, and the long, middle, and long distance. And now, coach, we're going to start with the longer distance. Let us look at the 3,000, the 5,000, the 10,000. We're not going to stay on it long.
You're right, because I
I know we're not going to stay on it long, because really and
these
truly,
these events, to be honest, I really don't watch them religiously. I'll watch the 15 and the 800 and sometimes the steeplechase, but the 5,000 is like my intermission. So
you know, you're right. I'll have to agree with you on that. But let me tell you something. I'm going to share some data. I love to share data and information. And big up to everyone that is on. All of you, all 76 so far and counting, going to a million. Big up, big up. And Jamish is saying big up HP chat track, and big up coach. Loving the collab. Thank you very, very
big
much.
up Jamish.
Thank you. Thank you for embracing us in this collab. But coach, going back to let us look at the 5,000. 2017, 2018, and 2019 at Boys and Girls Champs. The 5,000 meter had a buzz around it that it wasn't about intermission, because guess what? It was a Calabar Kingston College clash with Ariamane Rogers and the one Kevroy Venson. And when I look at, and I'm going to go back again to resources, we need to develop our talents, because the qualifying mark, coach, for the 5,000 is 13 minutes, 13 minutes and 1 second. No, we had schoolboy Kemoy Campbell and Keprod Benson who were under 20 running 14 minutes, 18 seconds plus. Now, these young men at age 17, 18 running that time, and the qualifying mark for the senior is 13 minutes. Why can't we find a way to channel these talents in an academy or a club or something? Because I'm sure these young men, by the time they get to a certain age, we should be able to get them down in the 30-meter mark as senior. I want you to tell me why we're ignoring these talents.
I mean, I don't think it's a matter of ignoring. These youngsters would have taken opportunities to further their education and their athletic ability in the United States. And for me, as a coach, I don't see whatever happens at champs that it is set in stone for a linear transition into um, the the senior ranks, because we can recall that Kemoy actually would have gotten qualifying standard to go to. I'm not sure if it is Olympic or world champion,
He
but
is
he has,
an Olympian. Yeah,
yes.
he is
So
an Olympian.
he has been to these world games before, and I mean that would have been a dream of any person representing in that event. So there would have been a standard set by the man Kemoy Campbell. However, the transition when these guys make it into the collegiate system, I can't tell you why, what happened. But all I can say is that not everything is linear. Not every child star is going to. We see where a Mikey O'Hara, for whatever reason, he was blazing the trail, and he was one of them that did not matriculate because of whatever reason, several reasons too. And I'm not going to say that, hey, these champ stars did well, so they automatically should, translate into senior ranks. It doesn't work like that to me, because there are several variables that will cause some of these athletes not to, matriculate. You know, could it be that they got the senior workout before they reached the senior ranks? Is it a case where their body could have reached that plateau? So several things. But I can't one thing to it to say that this. One thing I can say though is that our middle distance program is taking off. Our middle distance program is taking off. What I would love to see now is that some athletes step up from the 800 meters now to the 1500, so we can get a little depth in that regard.
While I agree with a lot of what you said, especially at the longer distances, but um let us, okay, you have a few that will take up scholarships abroad. I understand that. But we still have other athletes that would love to. I spoke to an athlete recently, just a few days ago, and the athlete said to me that they would have loved to get some help from Jamaica. This is a 5,000 athlete that competed at champ, and they said they would have loved to come to continue, but there was no resources, no help. Most of these youngsters, when they leave high school, they don't have anything. They're still living under their parents' roof. Maybe they did not get a scholarship. Maybe they want to stay in Jamaica, because most of our young people, they're staying at home now. And I'm saying, instead of us depending on overseas to develop our athletes, we should first have something at home set up and give these athletes a choice. So if I leave school running 1 minute 48 in the 1500 and I said I don't want to go overseas, there should be a place where I can go and further develop my craft. And this,
I Sorry to cut you though, but I believe that there are two clubs on the island that actually delve into middle and long distance. I can't remember their name, but I am certain. that there might be two of these clubs on the island. And again, it could be a matter of resources why we have not been hearing too much about these clubs and them, churning out the talents. And sometimes it is where the clubs are. I think one was in Montego Bay.
We have
I don't,
running clubs. We have running clubs for road race and all of those long races. But I'm talking about concentrating on middle and long distance athletes
yeah,
that
man.
would
I
be
think I think that
running in
I
a
think
city.
there's a club, man, but I just can't remember the name of the club that specifically deals with that. I'm not talking about the running clubs. I'm talking about the clubs that specialize in middle and long distance.
We really need to see more of that
Somebody in the chat help remind me now, please.
because when I see a Kevroy Benson running 14 minutes 55 at age 17, 18, and the qualifying mark for the senior rank is 13 minutes, I had to go back to look if this is really the qualifying mark for the adults. And then when you look at the qualifying mark for the juniors, I'm saying, but we can set up a space to develop some of these athletes who would really, really love to be. And I know people are going to say it's expensive to run a club. Yes, I know because it's expensive to run MVP. It's expensive to run sprint tech. It's expensive to run races and all of those clubs, but you have to be willing to invest in it. And I saw you sent me something that you got from Warren Weir, the conversation that we were having about the field events. And I know what you guys are trying to do. You know, you guys are trying to tell me that it is too expensive. And I know that it is expensive to run a club, but we have to be willing to invest and put in the work. I mean, every time that we come to a major championship, we're talking about these races and why Jamaica is not included. I don't know. All right, so so somebody in the chat asked what happened to Kevroy Benson. So he just sent me a message. So he said he is on, but hold on one moment. One moment. Let me just tell him to type in the chat. Right. Sorry about that. Right, coach. So I I don't know. I could come here every night and sing the same song about, and after tonight I will not be singing the song because Thursday night we will get into the sprints and we have all the track clubs for the sprints. But coach, we have to do something. When you look at the 3,000 steeplechase, we have had some present there. We had a few people carrying the flag, like Marjorie Hyman. I don't know how many people remember the name Marjorie Hyman, Corinne Hines, Aisha Proudlair. These ladies, they're all Olympians. They have competed for Jamaica
Mm-hmm.
at the highest level, which is the Olympic Games. And we have to start setting up our home so that we don't always have to depend on other people, as in foreign countries, to develop our thing. So let us look at the 1500. Your thoughts on the 1500?
It is another event that we're really struggling in as well, and we would love to see more athletes getting involved, because sometimes when you're not running as fast as you desire in the 800 meters, you can put that effort in the 1500 meters, and it's kind of sad that we only have only one representative in that event, which is the 1500 meters, which is
Female.
Adele Tracy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Again, the men seem to want to go for the glim and the glamour event, which is the sprinting event. The jumping event, the throwing events are doing what they're supposed to be doing, which of course we need more because we need shot putters. But the men seem to want to go for the glamour event. And even some of the shorter sprinters, like the 100-meter sprinters, the 200-meter sprinters, even the 400-meter sprinters, they can step up to some of these events, because you never know. You might just find an event that will actually give you a break. But sometimes people don't want to try anything new, they don't want to feel the pain. But I think that Adele Tracy's um addition to this event would have sparked more interest in the event, and but we're just not seeing it. The 5,000, like I said, with Kemoy's contribution to the event, and we're not seeing any transition in that event. It is something sad, but hopefully we can move on in the future and do some crazy things in some of these events.
Coach, we're already in the future. This is the future we're in. We're in the 21st century. We've been doing this thing from before you and I born, before my father was born. We have been doing this, and you're telling me that 2025, nobody is interested in. Remember now.
And it no in the future it is worse now, because like I said earlier, many persons want the glamour events and
Yeah,
they
but
don't
how
see.
many people can get in the glamour event?
But people are not working it out like that, HP. They are going to practice, to training wherever they go. And it is in the back of their minds that they can make it in whatever event. I remember you have some people that develop late. So you might have an athlete working at an event for 5 years, and the fans might be saying, oh, you need to go try a new event, you need to put on tracks. But at the same time, these athletes still need some time. And oftentimes you see some of them get the breakthrough that they desire, and you're wondering how long did it take them to reach here. So it's just a glimmer and the glamour
And this is
from some of the events that are, of course, the sprint events are lighting up the place. Everybody wants to do that. The
and
jumping
this is
events, everybody
why
wants to do that.
And this is why we have to market the sport as a whole. We cannot just market the sport as if it is just about the sprints. We have to market the sports. We have the sprints, you have the middle long distance, and you have the field. We have to, if we don't market it like that, it is not going to sell. All right, let us look at the 1500. Let me give you a little bit more data. The qualifying mark for the 1500 for men is 3 minutes, 3 minutes 33 seconds flat. Now, Kebroy Benson, again, formerly of Calabar, at age 17 or under 17 in class 2, ran 3 minutes 55 to win that brilliant race at Champs 2017, coach. Now, this is a youth, not even a junior yet, a youth age athlete running 3 minutes and 55 seconds. And the qualifying mark for the seniors is 3 minutes and 33. Again, until we create the space, I prefer for us to create the space so that no athlete is left behind, and then we don't have any result. I prefer for us to create the space, and the result doesn't come instead of us not create the space and then we find excuses. I want us to create the space so that every athlete can get an opportunity, because somebody just said in the chat that a lot of the middle long distance athletes have having problems getting scholarships overseas because the lower end Africans are better than our athletes. Why is that? It is because we're not spending enough time to develop these athletes, and if we want to get more medals, we will have to look at the sport from the 100 all the way to the 10,000.
I agree.
Someone is asking a question. Berta Yardi saying, I am curious, why is it so important to do well in the distance events? Kenya, Ethiopia, etc., are not excelling in the sprint. So what is the big deal? Okay, so I guess he
No, but I think what he's saying is somewhat making sense from his standpoint. But if we're looking at the holistic development of the sport, we
yes, that's
can't
what
just
we're
be
looking
looking at,
at.
because obviously Jamaica is not only doing well in the sprints. We're getting in the jumps, the throws, and somebody else would say add to that that those are fast twitch muscle fibers that are really activating in those events, and we are predominantly a nation that has a lot of fast twitch muscle fibers. But we see where we are also getting up there in the 800 meters that has some amount of fast twitch muscle fiber. But we can tap into some other events, man. I believe that we can tap into some other events and do the do and ensure that we get it to the place. Not remember, in the past we were seen as a what? Track and field, track nation. No, we are being seen as a track and field nation. So we have to continue to uphold that type of standard, improve on other events, and ensure that Africans are getting into other events. You have South Africans that are sprinting fast. Walaza, they said that he's gonna be fit for Tokyo. You have Akani Simbini. So of course, Africans are doing well in the sprinting events.
You see, this is a part I don't get. This is a sport called track and field with multiple events. And Berto is saying, what is the big deal? Berto, are you a track and field fan? You don't want to see us getting more medals. You don't want to see us getting 20, 30 medals. Look at America. America is one of the most rounded team in track and field. They have people competitively in every event. That is the kind of legacy that you want from your athlete. And I'm not saying that we're to force our athletes, but there are athletes out there, Coach Minzy, if they get the support, they will take on the sport, because I have had athletes said to me that they wish they could get some support to continue training.
Hey, somebody said in the chat, HP, and I have to be laughing because the person said we can't skip the 200 line because people don't want to do the 200 nowadays, much less 1500
There
meters.
you go.
So everybody wanted the 100. Everybody pack up down at the 100 meters. So we really have a sprinting problem.
Have a problem. We do have a problem, and this is why we have to continue having the conversation and sell the different disciplines. Look at Warren Ware. Welcome, Warren. Warren just joined us. I don't know how many of you know about Warren from he was at Calabar, but Warren was a hurdler at Calabar. And what did Warren did on the world stage? He created history for Jamaica with his teammates. One, two, three,
Mm-hmm.
two. If anybody had told me that Warren was going to become a 200-meter runner, I would say get out of here.
Well, um, well,
The
well.
man was a sprinter. Whatever else he was doing, Warren was a sprinter. 2012, 2012 trials, when Warren finished third in that 200. Warren, that was a quality field, because that field had Jason Young in it, who was doing exceptionally well. That
Yeah, Jason Young did a clock some
Young
19
was clocked.
19 7 19 8. Sorry, on them time.
And we're not even talking about the 200, because Thursday night we're getting the sprints. But I'm just saying, sometimes as athletes, there are other events that, and I'm not saying to force anybody to do the 5,000 or 10,000, but create the space. And if they want to come, they have an opportunity. No athlete, no Jamaican athlete should be left behind.
Hey, one particular top coach. I don't want to give away too much information, so I don't know which coach. The coach said,
So
"I'm mad people do 5,000."
look at that. Look at that. Look at that. See, Empress M is talking about Bernard Lagat. Yeah, you can go as far back as Gabriel Selassie. Look at Bikele. Look at those guys. I
No, I
mean,
think I think what Empress is insinuating is that some of these um athletes that are doing well for America, they are from other countries.
it doesn't
So
matter where they're from. They're still doing well for whichever country they're representing. It doesn't matter, because most of us know that most of the distance runners that are in America, in Great Britain, France and those countries. We all know that they are imported. This is why I don't know how is it that we get upset when our athletes move on, but when we see them move to other countries, it's fine. But we have to do something, coach, and then we can talk about it. Set up the space, and if the athletes don't come, then we can say yes, they don't want to do it. But we can't just leave them out cold like that. When I see Kebra Venture running 3:55 at age 17, and the qualifying mark is 3:33, can you imagine if we were still working on that young man? But the person who asked about Kebra Benson, he's actually in the States at university, and he's training also. I'm not sure which event he will be concentrating on, but he's okay. He's in at university in the United States. But coach, this conversation it gets me every time, and I But anyway, before we go any further, let us just introduce the athletes who will be doing.
Hold on, HB. I think I like I support the conversation and where you're going in terms of us being a holistic track and field nation. But I think one of the things that we have to do, and we don't want to stretch ourselves too thin. I think that we should continue to maximize on the areas that we are strong in. And if we can find a one or two in that event to breathe some life into those events and get interest from other people. Listen, you see, when we are training and the kids that are doing the middle distance, yo, may I tell you, it rough on them. Some of them, some student athletes, they don't want to pass the finish line, but one time. So it is something that, and I said before, I think on Sunday night, I said that because of what happened in the sprint for us for over a decade, I think that has, changed the mindset of our people that we should pursue these type of events. Because again, they might see several persons in how they are living their lifestyle and recognize that everybody is driven by, or most people are driven by, the finances, and they definitely would want to people see how people get people out of poverty. I've seen top prospects mess up them career because of what persons might see in the future that can happen. So it is about us maximizing what we have, the strengths, and just continue to add on the pieces. And because in the past we were doing these events, these sprint events, and then you have a long jumper came about, a James Beckford, and then you have the Trisha, then you have these other people taking time, building other events until we are solid field event and team. We're not only on the 1, 2, and the 4, but we are solid track and field nation. It's just that yes, we have some more events that we need to tap into so that we can actually get there and have a stronghold on this track and field thing.
Objectivity said, um, what objectivity? He said that is it, coach. If I make the best jerk chicken, I don't want to concentrate on pasta.
No, but objectivity, me can counter that right away. Juicy patties started out with patties and then locked down the patty world. They have added several other items. I think there was a thing that I learned in university, that talk about when you I still remember it, but me know what me I talk about. But you cannot just stick to one. You have to move into what name again, man. You can't
You
remember.
must evolve. You must evolve.
You have to evolve and
You
add
have to
more
evolve. Yes, yeah.
seasonal things to
Yeah.
whatever is happening. I don't remember the term, but
And this is what is happening. The sport is moving. The sport is moving in a direction that we will have to catch up, because let us look at the 1500 and the 5000 meters. Europe is now coming into the party. I saw someone said, okay, so Empress is saying it's not in the genetic makeup of our athletes to do these events. That's like taking a drag car to Dover to do laps. But let me say something. Since as we're saying the African, look who is now turning up in this in the long distance. Europe is now joining the party. Look at Inga Brixton. Look at him coming now into the party and challenging for these events. So what are we going to say? You have, I
But
think.
when you look at those folks too, you pretty much can say that they are predominantly uh quote unquote slow twitch muscle fiber type genetics.
So
So
we are saying we don't have that makeup, right? Europe has it, Africa has it, United States have it.
no, but remember, as I said earlier, most of the United States athletes they are imported.
What,
We
Bernard Lagat?
we probably can import some athletes and bring them in a Jamaica for do long distance for us, so we
I
can step it
think
up.
I think we need to open up ourselves a little bit and add something more to it. I think, and maybe this is just me wanting more out of the sport for my legacy and my country, but we have the best high school program in the world, the best in the world. This is where we can recruit. A matter of fact, Mr. G.C. Foster, back in the day, what he did was he recruited the athletes for the national program from champs, because that was how the 1948 Olympian Dr. Cynthia Thompson, formerly of St. Hugh's, she was recruited by Mr. G.C. Foster because he saw her run at the championship. And he said to whomever it was at the time that, look, the best athletes from the high school championship, we're going to recruit them into the national program. And that was how we started out. So I think all these talents that we have in high school, find out who is getting a scholarship. If some getting a scholarship and want to move on, fine. But the remaining athletes, find out what they want to do. What do you want to do? Oh, sir, I would love to stay in Jamaica and continue training, but I don't know where to train.
And this is where the federation probably can come into, or their
Mhm.
high school coaches, and try as best as possible to, because not everybody is gonna go overseas for real,
Yep.
and not everybody that goes overseas is gonna blossom. Not everybody that stays in Jamaica is going to blossom. So we have to look on it from that perspective. I think everything is a hit and miss when it comes on to that. But like you rightfully say, if they remain in Jamaica, I think, and me can tell you this, do HP. Several of these athletes, I know you say you hear some of them say them not have the resource, but some of them can't wait for champs done.
True, true. You have some of them, but
So them, so them
the
just
one
top.
percent? What about the 1% that says, I want to do this event and go to the Olympics?
And I'm
That
saying,
athlete should not be left behind.
right, and I'm saying this is where the federation comes in. This is where the coaches come in and parenting, so that they can actually help them to maximize their true potential. So I'm not against that part. I did say that. However, several, even when them go a university, them go for the ride. Sometimes some of them make it,
Yes.
meaning they want to finish school so them can finish tracks, but something happen in between that where them produce, and some of them might get a contract and them say, all right, me I go continue. But a lot of them kids, them don't want to continue tracks. Them just step on it for the ride.
Wow. So
And,
these
and
conversations don't even make sense then.
no, man, we still have to have these conversations. We can't stop have these conversations, because I put it to you that conversations like these might hit the right tune.
I would love somebody to call me up and say, HP, I'm giving you $1 million US over the next 3 years to develop a middle and long distance program. I want you to run it. I want you to bring in the coaches, recruit the athletes, set up everything. I want you. I'm giving you this money over 3 years. And LA 2028 is what we're targeting. Let's see how many athletes we can get in the 1500 for men. As it is right now, we have one female, Adele Tracy, and there's no entry for the male, Adele for the female, and no entry for the male. Can we get 6 athletes by LA 2028 to represent Jamaica in Los Angeles, United States, where you're going to have more Jamaicans in
Where
that
will
arena?
where will you set up this base?
All right, let me tell you. The proposal that I have, this base will be set up in, I notice me not even I say would, it is going to be set up in Clarendon. Clarendon, Jamaican coach will head the whole thing.
So you
It,
identify the coach already.
yeah, man, I
Okay.
identify the coaches, I've identified the
So
facilities.
it's so like you get the money already too.
That's what I'm waiting on now, the money. If I can just get the money, I'm waiting on Warren because Warren needs to send the money so we can start this thing down at Clarendon. But we have the vent, we have the facility set up, we have the gym set up, we have the coaches set up, we have 1 and 2 sponsors set up for like hydration. That is all we have already. Somebody said they will take care of the hydration. So electrolytes and the water and those things well set up. We also have a plan for the first year, no competition, just training, and we're trying to set up a base also in Kenya where you get high altitude. So some months out of the year you're in Jamaica, another time you're in Kenya. So we want a small team so that we can pay their airfare, feed them while they're there, host them while they're there. We don't want a whole heap of people. We
That
just
means
want
say
a few.
that means say you're gonna need more than $1 million US then, man.
No, but the million US can in Jamaica, $1 is $150. This is why I want to set it up in Jamaica because $1 million US can give me some leverage in Jamaica. And all of that is set up already, coach, but it's just to, and the athletes, they're not a problem because I've spoken to coaches in Jamaica. They're like, when you're ready, just let me know. If it's even to start with one athlete, I'm good because sometimes you have to start with just one, and
Mm-hmm.
when they see what you are building, and this is why I always use MVP motivates me because I remember when Stephen Francis started. Stephen Francis had to go in his pocket. That was what he said. It was he and his family's money. Nobody would have invested in his thing in the early days, and he pushed and he pushed, and by 2008 MVP had the most medalists, gold medalists from the Beijing Olympic Games. So anything you ask me about this project, sir, I can tell you. But we really need to 56 people, 56 athletes for this event, and we could only find one female, no male.
And the qualifying stand time is attainable, you know. Well,
Hold on a minute.
in our eyes still.
Hold on a minute. Warren is asking me if I know how much for a pole vault. Yes, I saw the number, sir. You sent it to me today. Warren, let me tell you, when I got that from Coach Minzy, I said to him, these things we can beg them secondhand, Warren. We can. Okay, so somebody's saying HP is a dreamer.
I saw greatness start still, you know, with that
Oh, no,
dream, you
no.
know.
He's saying that that million could help enough sprinters and jumpers. You know, Berta Yaga upset me tonight. I swear it. Can you delete it? Delete Berto. Delete him.
I worry a true let you know.
Delete Berto because Berto want me to take my Berto. No sprinter cannot come in my club. I don't want any sprinters in my club. You know why? We have some geniuses, coach sprinters. We have Stephen Francis, we have Paul Francis, we have Glenn Mills, we have O'Keefe Stewart, we have all of these coaches, Maurice Wilson, all of them. We don't need no more sprinting clubs. We are covered. We're saturated with
Well,
these
I
clubs.
I say I hope these clubs and names that you call are thinking about continuity because they need to have a second with them a train or two because you
I
know
think
what
most
that
of them do.
you know what that knowledge they just go with
Hold
you, you
on,
know.
let me answer Warren. Warren Weir is asking, HP, how much is it for a pole vault bed? A pole vault bed is 36,500 US dollars. Warren, we can beg that. We can beg that from a club in a foreign country, or we can beg it from a university. We don't have to start with a new bed, Warren. Warren, we don't have to start with a new bed.
Why
We
people them
can
a
we
get
can be,
people them
we
a
can
push back
beg it.
for you, man.
Them a push back on me, and that's fine, because you know something. When this thing start and you guys hear how many middle distance athletes registering from HP Track World, when I say, say she did say this a go happen. Yeah, man, made it up on the show the night September 2nd when she said it. Distance running is in the building. Big up yourself. She is a distance coach, formerly of Calabar, and now she's at Camperdown as a distance coach. So I know that I have some support from distance running. You see what she named? Distance running. Right now, me not talk to objectivity, me not talk to Berto, and me not talk to Warren.
She said we can't beg it, but custom is going to tax it.
No, it is coming in through a non-profit organization. So they're not supposed to tax it. They're not supposed to. See, Warren say Mago call. See, I love that. I love that, Warren. You see, Warren believe in the dream. Look who Warren say Mago call for me. I love that. My eyes them all I get teary, Warren. Distance running. You look how una discourage me. Oh my gosh, the only person that helped me with my dream is Warren. Warren alone. Everybody else I say, customer go me a dreamer. Customer go tax me. You know something, coach, make a move on. Me not tell them nothing more about my plans. Make a move on. Coach, let us move on. What's the next topic?
We're gonna move to the 800 meters. The people that might beat you.
They might beat me. That's fine. That's fine. One Jamaica over here.
Hey, hey, one thing me know, you know. You see, it's a Canfield fans, them not easy, you know.
They're not easy, man.
Yeah,
They're not
tell you.
easy. Them not easy at all. Boy, them look how them a knock down my idea. My idea get licked left, right, and center. Who is that? That will be done saying the schools have the athletes. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Warren saying, do you think Jamaica have an unbeatable sprint program? Why Warren want come get me in a pocketary?
I think why I'm asking that, I think why I'm asking that is the fact that we have not mastered an in total domination of sprint.
We did.
One and two alone. One to the 400.
We
One
we
to the
we
four
we
hurdles.
let me all right, let me give some data now from my memory, and I hope I am correct. We have had, let me see, 4, 8, 12, 16, 21. Okay, we've had 6 Olympic Games since the 21st century.
Mm-hmm.
Six. Work with me now. 6 Olympic Games since the 21st century, which started 2001. Jamaica, for the women's 200, Jamaica dominated that 2004, 2008, 2016, 2020. Four of those 6 titles we won. Alyssa Felix won 2012, and Gabby Thomas won last year. 6 Olympic Games, Jamaica won 4 of the 200. Let us go to the 100 now. The 100 meters. We won 4 of those 100 meters. Shelly and 2, Elaine 2. The other one went to Belarus 2004. I don't know how many of you remember that. And last year went to Julian Alfred. That's just for the women. On the men's part, 6 Olympic Games, and we've won 3 of the 100 meters and 3 of the 200 meters with one Usain Bolt. So when you break down the data like that, we were dominating. But
No,
guess what?
hold on, HP. That is a portion of sprinting, you know.
I agree.
Because if you're talking about sprinting, we have to go right across the board from
I agree with you. I
100,
agree.
200 hurdles, 100 hurdles, 110 hurdles,
I agree with you.
400 hurdles, and the relays. So I think that is the me I read the Warren I say no. I mean understand perfectly what I say. Seeing? I think he's talking a total domination right across the board where the sprinting events are concerned. And
Mm-hmm.
what he's saying is that we have not dominated all of those disciplines.
Not all. Not all. Not
Right.
all.
So and he's pretty much saying how can we start to build on others when we have not yet dominated all. I say, I say we can continue do what we are do. And me say I said it earlier, I'm gonna say it again. And we just continue see if we can find a few pieces in the other events. Because I tell you, Jamaicans are talented, and anywhere we put, anywhere we go, we can once it's watered, we can grow. So me not beat on your idea. I'm not. Me kind of like
And
the
that's
ideas.
okay. And that's okay. Beat my idea how much you know one, call me dreamer and all of those things. It is fine. It is okay. But I am saying that we can do more, and I want more for Jamaica. I think we can do more. So instead of neglecting some things, the people who are concentrating on the sprints do the work for the sprints. The people who are concentrating on the field do their thing, and the people who are concentrating on the middle long distance do their thing, and we do it as a collective effort, but we're not doing it as a collective effort. And I know that we're a sprint country and the fans have taken it on like that, and it's okay. But I am going to continue dreaming for my country. You want to read some of those comments?
Warren said in tag me, I'm send him myself.
Send him the cell, man. Send it to
me,
him.
me I send him one zell.
I am waiting on my $1 million from Warren. Warren is going to make a link for me.
If the man they can link Elon Musk,
Of
you know what
course,
I'm saying?
it's a big deal. It is a big deal. But on a serious note, though, we I understand what what Warren is saying, because when you look at the 400 right now, the 400 is it is at a level that it is not normal, but we don't get to it yet.
Yeah.
We don't get to the 400 as yet, but I mean, we're here to look at these events and what, but we still have to talk about how we can get better, how we can dance a little bit more, how we can see our kids in more events. So, what is that comment saying?
I am okay with the idea HP. Yes, we can make other area better, but a middle distance program makes sense.
I agree. Yeah, yeah.
All right, so the 800 meters, we move away from the 1500, we jump to the 800 meters. We are doing a little bit better in that department, where we
Hmm.
have three ladies qualifying for the championship, which is coming up, and two males. And one of the males that actually qualified is now the new national record holder with a blistering time. So I see where we're improving in the 800 meters, because we have some guys, especially on the collegiate circuit, and one of them, Tyrese, it was on the collegiate circuit, and they have been running some very decent 800 meters time. The ladies, we still need to see improvement there
Before you
because
go any further, I like that comment that I'm seeing. Wayne Walker, welcome, welcome. Wayne Walker is saying we need a track and field academy of excellence where the best track kids can go with the talent to fine tune. Thank you very much, Mr. Walker. Thank you very, 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 very much for that. Keep going, coach.
Yes. We have three ladies. One of the newbies, Kellyanne Beckford. Um, she went overseas and she's back in Jamaica. Natoya Gould. She has been the veteran. She has been the experienced one. She has been holding down this event, and I think she is one of them who would have probably put some life into this event for persons to realize that yeah, this event is, and in truth and in fact the 800 meters have been getting very 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 decent, very competitive, very exciting. If you ask me, for the past few years, it has been very exciting. I mean, again, there are some times that these athletes will have to do if they are thinking about, getting into finals, getting on the podium. But I'm pleased with where the 800 meters is at the moment, and I just hope that we can continue to ensure that this event lives on, because we don't want it to go into a lull and then just disappear, and it's only about the sprinting event. I think we have a place in the middle distance, and with HP and her brilliant idea with those investment, I think you're gonna need more than $1 million though.
No,
it,
that is
it,
good
it
to start,
can
baby.
it can get to a place where you can branch off and we see it springboard into something great. Yeah, the coach at JC, brilliant 800-meter, brilliant distance coach, awesome coach. And you see, you have some coaches. I think that coach passed on, used to I think Hector is his name from um what's the school? St. Elizabeth Technical. You have some very brilliant coaches in Jamaica for real. It's just that I think there are some component of the event that probably our probably climate or sorts or the terrain that we would need to get these things going probably isn't is lacking for us. But of course we can improvise. We have always been improvising, and we can get it to where it should be.
Indeed, indeed. And just to add some information on Natoya Gould, we have to give credit to Guli, as we called her back in high school, because she has really, after Kenya Sinclair, she has really held this event together, and she's ranked number 15 right now going into the event. Um, but she has been holding down this event from 2013. This
Yep.
is her seventh World Championship team. This is Natalia Gould's
Yeah.
seventh.
She, ha- she
Seventh.
she has been holding it down for real. She has
Yeah.
been one of those athletes that you talk about veteran and experience, talk about Natalia Gould.
Yeah.
And I think she gets some really hard hits from the fans
Yes.
that sometimes I mean the fans will always be fans. They want to see what they want to see, but sometimes they don't really empathize and sympathize with some of these athletes. It is incredible how they treat sometimes athletes like Natoya Gould.
I want to just address something that, what is that Sam said. She said we need a distant coach. We need distant coaches in the school. That's a very, very good point, Sam. I asked someone the question, our coaches, when they're studying, do they cover all the events when they're doing whether they're bachelors Or there, maybe Coach Minzy, you can answer this, or is it that they
What? When they are studying
specialize?
studying at GC Foster?
Yeah, or is it that they specialize?
No. Well, from what I know is that they go through all the disciplines. I don't know if they have changed the curriculum right now to probably go into speciality, but for the world athletics curriculum, I know that for level one you do all the disciplines as well, and then you specialize with a sprints. That's for level two sprints, jumps, or throws, whichever one you want to and distance. So yes,
Oh,
you have to get into that coaches education at the world athletics if you really want to get into some different level of concentrating on a particular discipline. I mean, you
yeah.
have coaches though who go ahead, get material, they read. Coaching is you have to do a lot of research to it's a lot of experiment as well. You're not gonna get everything right on the onset, and also to the athletes that you have. Sometimes you have to tailor it to actually fit the need, the whole physiological makeup of that athlete and such the like. So a whole lot of things go into coaching. People think that coaching is an easy task. It is not. You have to be a scientist. You're an Einstein. Putting on the experiment together, putting the things together, you might miss something and that blow up on you. But you can't stop. You have to go again.
Mm-hmm.
Redefine the whole plan and all of these things to ensure that you get the athletes to do what they need to do. So yeah,
In,
specialty. You have to get into the World Athletics Education Program. A matter of fact, you can do it online.
mm-hmm.
And whatever federation you are in, you can just link up these federations, and you have that face-to-face practical part of it that you have to do, and then you can move up the ladder. But I think sometimes it's not only about getting that paperwork, that assessment, that certification. It's about you going on that um, conveyor belt to ensure that that education is continued. You have to read,
Mm-hmm.
research what other coaches did in the past and see how you can decipher, how you can create your own philosophy.
I'm wondering if most of our coaches, as you say, by the time you get to level two, you're specializing. I'm wondering if most of our coaches, when they specialize, they are specializing in sprints, and we really don't have that amount of middle long distance coaches.
And yes, I believe so. Most of the coaches, I think the cohort might choose sprints and hurdles. Um, when you look at these coaches too, they might have an athlete who used to run at champs, who love the distance. They might, go vicariously from what they used to do,
Mm-hmm.
what their coaches used to do. And sometimes it's the same sprint coaches that might write a program. You understand? Where uh they might write the sprint the distance program and try to apply it. But because they are so engulfed in the sprint section of it, they give more time to the sprint, and the middle distance is just like a tag along. So I mean, it's
Yeah,
it, it, it's it, it's
the
it's
middle long distance is like, I don't want to say a stepchild because some step children are treated well, but they want to call in. Do you have a call in? Do you have your call in thing set up? And while you're doing that, Wayne Walker is saying back in the 80s, we used to have these road races where a lot of high school kids used to show up and even beat the seniors. Road race develop distance running, and that is all we need. Just a place to run. Sometimes when I watch the videos, the Ethiopia and Kenya, all they're doing is once they warm up, it's just straight running. They're just running, 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 and you're muted.
I would ask Wayne Walker, what is the statistics to prove that that help propel or middle and long distance program? Because if that used to happen, how many of these athletes that we had doing those events went on to become world beaters? You get what I'm saying? And that's what I said earlier. You might have people who go to champs and they do well, but it is not a linear trajectory for them to actually do well at champs and then move on to the seniors. So I want to know, Wayne, you can answer that. Tell us if there how many of those athletes would have gone on to become top middle distance athletes for Jamaica representing at the national
Maybe
level.
maybe if we had the club to further develop, they would have. But we can't. There's no data to prove that. There's no data. There's none. There was no system, so we can't even think about. But distance running is saying Athletics has not offered a level two course in Jamaica for a while. Let me see which part of
No, that
it.
is not true.
Hold on, let me read what she said. Let me not. She said World Athletics hasn't offered a level two distance course
Oh,
in
distance.
a while, and she has been waiting for years.
But I think, like I think on the platform you go on it, I think whatever when you move into the level two, the association has to recommend you. If you're not recommended by the association, you can't do it. So you might have your level one sitting on for years. Don't just sit on the level one. Read other material so you can improve. So if level two come around, or you can produce top athletes with them have to put in the program and send you to a distance. And I think sometimes persons have to be bold enough to try and get into some of these programs outside of the island. But more from what I know is that the um the federation has to recommend you for level two.
So, how do you get recommended? Do you just go to the federation and say, "Hey, I want to do my level two"?
You have to, I believe that you have to do what you call that, an application.
Hmm.
You have to do an application. They normally send out the application and then they, based on your experience, based on your credential, then persons are shortlisted. That's how I know it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Anyway, we're going to move on from the
Yeah. If persons want to call in,
yeah.
or you put that oh, me can put a number in the chat. Um you can keep going. I'm gonna put the number in
All
the
right,
chat.
let me just share some data with the audience. Some historical data. Some of the people who've carried the flag for the 800 meter is Ines Turner in the 90s. I don't know how many people remember the Turner sisters, formerly of Bear Technical. Charmaine Howell herself in the 90s, early 2000. Kenya Sinclair, Natoya Gould, Adele Tracy, round about this time, Mr. Arthur Wint for the men, George Carr, Arthur Wint in the 40s and 50s, George Carr in the 50s and the 60s, Byron Dice in the 60s and 70s, Mr. Seymour Newman, who had the national record for many, 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 many years. He was the 70s, Owen Hamilton the 80s, and Marcia Tate also in the 800 in the 80s. So, and all of these people, they're all Olympians. So we've really been holding it down a little in this event. But the best result, of course, from Mr. Arthur Wint, winning a silver medal 1948 and 1952. Somewhat and objectivity, this is exactly why we left the sprints and the relay for last, because we want to get you guys excited to the sprints. So he's saying let's jump to the sprints and talk. But don't worry, that's coming up Thursday night, and I'm sure you all will be looking forward to that. Um, Tuffy, Tuffy Rudy is saying Seymour was great. Yes, he was gold medalist at the Commonwealth Games also. Wayne is saying all those names used to run road race. So Wayne, I like where Wayne is going. I like what Wayne is doing. Yes, Wayne, keep coming with it, Wayne. Let us keep this hope alive. So those of you who want to call in, you can go ahead. But yeah, those are all big names for Jamaica competing at the highest level, which is the Olympic Games. I like that you're carrying the conversation, Wayne. I don't know if that's the Wayne Walker from the media house or someone else, but welcome everyone. Welcome each and everyone wherever you're joining us from. It is all about Jamaica track and field, the legacy. And tonight is about the quarter mile, the quarter hurdles, and the middle and the long distance that has been distant too long. Okay, someone is saying, I went to school with Ines Turner, very technical indeed. Big up, very technical. All right, somebody's asking who is carrying the flag this year for the 800 meters. All right, let me just show you the name of the athletes who are carrying the event for this year. All right, let us just look at the athletes who will be carrying this event. All right. All right, let me just go back and start. All right, here we go. All right, for the 1500 meters, it is Adele Tracy. For the 800 meter for women, it is Kellyanne Beckford, Natalia Gould Toppin, and Adele Tracy. For the men, it is Tyrese Taylor, who was just recently crowned Jamaica new national record holder. And for those of you who don't know who Tyrese Taylor is, who remember Champs 2019, I think it was, that had three Tyrese in that race
Yeah.
with Kemar Farquharson from Calabar. It was Tyrese Taylor of Enid Bennett at the time,
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese Reed of, I think it's Magati, and Tyrese Roden, Kingston College, along with Farquharson. And in that event, Farquharson broke the record, the champs record. For the 400 meters, we have.
Well, on the HP, remember me, tell the people in the story again,
Okay, go ahead.
Tyrese Taylor of Enid Bennett, now, well, formerly Bogwalk, right? High school. He started out at Bogwalk doing the 800 meters. When he moved to Veer, he was converted to what? The 400 meters. Trying to do the 400 meter. And up until now, we still believe that this youngster is at 800. And see him go overseas. He went to Arkansas, started to do well, and for him to get 143, that is a
Amazing, amazing.
tremendous.
Yeah,
So
I
big
mean,
up to Tyrese and wherever he is. And this the coach who used to coach him first at introduce him to the event. The man, Coach Pusey. Anyway,
love
him there. Big up yourself.
indeed, indeed. I love that. The things I love to see. So it's Tyrese Taylor and Navasky. The women's 400 meters will be Dejane Oakley, Nickisha Price, Stacey and Williams, and of course Leah Anderson will be the reserve. For the men 400 meter, it will be Antonio Watson, who has the wild card, Delano Kennedy, young Delano Kennedy, Rusheen McDonald, Mr. McDonald, and Bovel McPherson. Of
Yeah.
course, Jamaica will have four in this event because we are the defending
Defending champion.
champion from Budapest 2023. The 400-meter hurdles for women, we will have Rochelle Clayton, Anjanette Knight, and young Cheyenne Salmon. And of course, on the alternate list is Sanique Walker. And for the men, we have Roshawn Clark, Malik James King, and Asani Wilson. So those are the athletes that we are talking about tonight, that we're featuring tonight, and their event.
All right,
We
HP, before we get into that, we have a caller online.
Alrighty, go ahead.
Yeah, on the big bad Warren Wear. I don't know if if you're hearing him. Warren, go ahead. Welcome to the show.
Big up, big up. HP, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, sure, here.
Yeah, I'm hearing.
Oh, I'm not hearing her though.
No, so me have a little challenge with that something. There. Me need a new system. But go on. Me can't hear. Me translate.
All right, all right. So what I'm saying is one of our biggest things is that we keep on backpedaling our country because we keep comparing ourselves to countries with more resources. We have resources, but more resources.
Okay.
So when you say countries like America and Europeans can do certain things, they have more resources. However, when I make a statement and say, are we truly dominant? Or not even say fully dominant, but are we truly somebody to be scared of in the sprints? No. There's
No.
times when people they don't even care about us as Jamaicans because sometimes it's not all the time we produce. And as you said earlier, coach, the
Mm-hmm.
sprint goes from the 100 straight up to what I'm saying now, 400,
Mm-hmm.
goodly all 800, right? Because 800 is going to become a sprint soon.
Yeah, them a try do that.
So what is that? Before we try to invest, before you can tell a man to invest in an
Mm-hmm.
era where them don't see, where them can't see out of them eye,
Yeah.
them are gonna say, but how we stay other places? I remember you have to think like a businessman now, you know. How we stay other places? How we medal? What's the ROI? So if you want to invest $1 million for a project, how much money the man will get back in 2 more years, 3 years? People are not investing money just for a goal or a medal because the medal have to have something that come with it. And as we said before, it's
Mm-hmm.
not every medal have a value on it. It have a sentimental value, but not every medal has a monetary value on
Monetary
it.
value, yeah.
And
Okay.
not everybody is looking to invest for just the vibes. You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that is one thing. So back to resources. I'm quite sure remember the names to Calabar named Gerald Belafonte,
Yeah.
Cayman guy
Mhm.
that came to Calabar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give you the story about Gerald. We went to the Long Island games
Mm-hmm.
in Long Island, of course, and he was a little Cayman man. And I said, yo, man, come here to school, you know.
Yeah.
And like, before I even realized, September start, I see him at the school. So I said, yo, now you're the Cayman youth. But his parents had money. He wanted to sprint. And Mr. Clark said, yo, you're not fast enough. Go run distance.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? And he became, as you know that, one of the best distance runner
Yeah.
out of champs. He went on to Clemson. But guess where he went and trained in the summer? Kenya. You know how he could afford to do that? Because his parents had the resources to do that.
Mm.
So the main thing is that as much as we want it to be done, we can dream it, but the resources is not there because we and you know this. Sometimes we can't even get the resources for the other popular events then.
Mm-hmm.
Give thanks to the clubs like Racers, MVP, GC Foster, who has the resources from the colleges we can feed into the club that makes them make the athletes them be good. But there's way more athletes out there that are not in the popular club that has no resources. Big up for places like JC have a state of a track now, Calabar that have a track. You
Mm-hmm.
get me? And those other places who have a track
KC
where
too.
we can get Casey where we can have more resources. I was at Jamaica last year and the man them look on Michael Frater and the rest of the man them and them say, you cannot train here for next 2 weeks because we have football that go on.
Mm.
You understand? So they have to figure out where they're going to train. So what I'm saying, before we try to actually beg money other places, make our areas that we are currently at strong so that we can go in with bargain power. That's what I'm saying. Kids should be coming to Jamaica for summer camp because at Jamaica them know for sprinting. You understand? When
Mm-hmm.
man want to learn baseball, let them go. Dominica Republic and Puerto Rico to
Yeah.
learn baseball. That should be Jamaica. When man want to learn gymnastics, where them go? Them go China and them a local place there. Jamaica is not known for that. You get me? I said because we don't market it that. So we don't have the resources to go to other areas because it does. Yeah, we have to make sure the other areas what we're known for is so strong that we can beg money for our blouse and skirt shuffleboard. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So our plan is good. Your plan is good enough. No, you're not. No, me not your HP. Your plan is good enough, but we have to take a backtrack and say, ah, here no, no. We have to start out the foundation first before we go third floor. You know. You get me?
Yeah. Reasonable.
Because 3 years ago, Jamaica mail program was in shambles.
Mm.
So how can we beg a man of money for other places when a man gonna say, boy after boat, me not see nobody else?
But Warren, when if that is the case, when will be an opportune time to inject
What I'm
somebody
no, me
who
not
want to
say
put resource to that specifically? The person of business about the other areas them. Can the person wait until the mail program is
they
back? Can the person wait
no, they
until the
can do it,
400
They
program
can do
is
it,
back?
They can do it, But realistically, you're not gonna have nobody else like that don't exist in the world of track and field. You see that with MJ, where he might try to help the world of sport.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you like when nobody never pre. How is it that? Because I went to what Two Slam and I
Yeah.
saw Jamaica on TV. I went as a
Athlete.
athlete. No, I went as a fan to watch it,
Uh-huh.
and I went to work one.
Yeah.
And Jamaica Tourist Board is a big sponsor of the Grand Slam. I don't know if anybody realized that.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
How is it that
I know.
how is it that a US product was mainly pushed by a Jamaican brand? So it was bound to actually have little trouble because he did not get the resources he wanted. The pushback that he got was so bad. So track and field is hard to sell, but if you want it to sell, you have to make one part that look good. That's why he wanted to make the track part look good first because him could try to track and field
Yeah. So he will
before
start out
it was
small, then him matriculate if things had
yeah.
worked out.
So we now say it's not gonna work. But what we have to say is we have to make what other part them look what other attributes, we have to make it look good and consistent before we try to build out other programs.
Yeah, fair enough. You see, sometimes when you have the conversation, I wish HP could have, you could have hear
Yeah.
her. But sometimes when you have the conversation, it comes different than when you're texting multiple text in the chat. And
I know that's why I asked your number,
yeah,
man.
me appreciate the call. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it is gonna change HP's mind though, because she
I know,
have her
but we
plan.
don't want we
But
don't
you
want it to
put
change our mind. We
okay.
don't want it to change our mind. What we want to make to let her know that before your plan go in place, it's like a business. The
Yeah,
marketing man have them idea, but before the marketing man have the idea, production have to get the product started. But
yeah.
before production get the product started, the man with the idea have to get it started. But before the man with the idea get it started, the man with the money have to fuel it. So before her part going to play, our next department have to make sure say, yeah,
It's solid.
it's solid.
Yeah.
Because look at when you watch the Diamond League circuit, it's not the numbers that are on it for Jamaica is not a lot. And if there's numbers is there, they're not being placed high where we can say, yo, yeah, we are much of the place. That's what I'm saying. We're there, but we want to be there and dominate it. We don't want it in a number. You know what 50 man go and a 2 man come back with, so you get me?
Mm-hmm.
Give and take, like when we go to Carifta. We always dominate Carifta because so we have a false hope that we can match up anything. So that's where the false hope comes from, that we can be dominant in certain areas. But give and take, me not tell you like Jamaican distance man them will always win Carifta. But I remember when we went to World Junior, Kemar Campbell, them running
Struggle.
PB in the East. And that's the first time he had the issue. The issue, because the man them running PB, walking PB in the East.
Yeah.
And he was so distraught because at the end of the day, that's just what it is.
Yeah. A real thing. We always get show up at World Junior. And if you look at what the events that give us medal at World Junior are the shorter sprints.
Yeah, but remember, we will always clean up the 800 because that's our area thing. But we aren't realistic of how good we are and how prepared they are to go to the next level.
I have a question for him.
Yeah, she asked me a question for tell
All
him.
right, ask him
Yeah,
for me
run it.
if what he suggests, what he would suggest to a person who have the resources to set up another part, but the other part is still in shambles as he just
Shall I talk?
Yeah, man. May I ask you a question?
Oh.
She said, what would you suggest to someone who has the resource to set up one part, even though one other part is in shambles? So essentially, the person wants to basically set up the distance, but quote unquote the sprinting might be in shambles. What advice would you give to a potential sponsor to
Okay, I will
a thing
never
like
tell
that?
a sponsor to shift them focus if they're there to sponsor that. go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
If they are, but remember, go ahead. I will never tell a man, say, dog, say, dog, take your money for that. Come put your money on the sprinters then. You understand? Because as she says, no child left behind,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
athlete left behind. But if the person is put up the resources, yes. But for you to fight for the resources is going to be a uphill task. You know me already. Me is very realistic and me think what is actual life in front of me. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So it's different if the person is there and it's different if the person is not there. You understand? I go back to the Michael Johnson thing. Michael Johnson have a uphill battle because but what the other guy name?
The,
Serena Williams'
the
husband.
Atlas people them.
Yeah,
Atlas.
no, not the Atlas. Him, Serena Williams' husband.
Mm-hmm.
For him, it's a playground. This is like, it's not serious. The passion for him is not there, but him have the money, so he can do anything he wants.
Mm.
He has the resources, so it's different. He has the resources, and at the end of the day, for him, it's like, yeah. But if they really loved it, they could have look on and say, yo, one goal, let's pull together. But you'll
Yeah.
never be that because there's too much ego in track and field. You
Mm.
understand? Yeah. But if the
Mm.
person is there, cool. But as I say, if you even look on all the country of Jamaica for asking for resources to build something different, the man say,
Yep, that's true.
me not
Yeah,
think we can
yeah,
allocate
yeah,
that out of the
yeah.
budget.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
All right, let me show you, because like when I'm on the line, look at, for example, we win 2012 big parade, we win 2016 parade. The little medal that we win in Paris, why we couldn't still celebrate that at least then with the
Yeah.
same magnitude? So now you're gonna
Because
look at me and tell them,
those were throwers and jumpers.
so yeah, but at the end of the day, that's what I'm telling you, That's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you. Realistically, some medal don't have no
Yeah, yeah.
value
No have no
based on how the
value, yeah,
people
for
them look
real.
on it. But at the end of the day, that's why you can't vex all the man in my cup, because they don't
That's
feel
very
appreciated. And
unfortunate
it's not
though,
always about money. It's about just look for me and tell me, yo, bro, good job. Yo, thanks. Put me in a sprint. Show a little appreciation. So our resources will always be depleted, because at the end of the day, we not take care of resources, we not invest back in it. Boy, and I forgot give me a whole segment on this, but I don't want to take
Yeah,
up in the show
yeah.
too
Hold
much.
on, man. I,
no man.
me I go send you a link here forward.
For
Yeah.
Tom,
If you come on the
all right then.
panel. Because that I go
All
easier.
right
We can
then.
have a wholesome
Yeah,
conversation there.
man. All
So
right, they send
we
me
can
can
send
meet
it to that
meet you
number,
up.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so we have to get Warren on the show, HP.
Yes, man. Bring him.
That conversation is so like sugar that's really nice.
Yes, man. I love it. I love that we started it
Yeah,
because
wait. Just jump to the other events them and make me try get him
the
the,
link.
the link.
Okay, so we can move on to the 400-meter hurdle. So while you do that, well, as I said before, I did introduce the athletes for the 400-meter hurdles for men. For women, the qualifying mark is 54.65. The world lead is 51.91. And of course, this event is led by one of our babies, Cheyenne Salmon. She's ranked number 4. Rochelle Clayton ranked number 7. Anjanette Knight ranked number 8. And Sanique Walker, who is the alternate, ranked number 31. Over on the men's side, we have 3 men. The qualifying mark is 48.50. World lead is 46.28. Another baby is leading this event. Roshawn Clark, ranked number 7. Malik James King, ranked number 20. Asini Wilson, ranked number 23. All 6 athletes have met the qualifying standard for Jamaica in the hurdles. And guys, there's something that I notice here. These events, all of these athletes, except for one, LA 2028, they will still be in their 20s, coach.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They will still be in their 20s. Cheyenne Salmon is 26. Andronette Knight is Sanique Walker is 25. Roshawn Clark 21. Malik James King 26. Asani 23. Of course, the 2 seniors are Rochelle Clayton and Andrenet Knight. So this is a good look for us. This is a good look for Jamaica. The changing of the guard is real, and we're still going to have, even though we have a lot of athletes in the back waiting to come forward, but these athletes will still be in their 20s come LA 2028. So, any surprises here, coach?
No, I just want to add this for Asani Wilson.
Hmm.
He has been really
Yes.
shine at this event, and I was so pleased when he actually made the team. He has been running and going at meets, and even when he was not producing certain amount of times that he probably wanted, he still pushed on, he still pressed on, and for him and his club mate Malik James King, they came to the national championship and they were able to make the team. It's a big deal for them, and like I said, most of them will be in a very good state once they stay injury free, once they remain healthy. Then they can come back for the and this is gonna be good experience for them, you know,
Mm-hmm.
to be at a championship, to be running with the best in the world, performing against them. So I'm really happy for Asini Wilson. I do believe that there possibly might have been an injury situation that really slowed down Malik King's process, as well as Roshawn Clark.
Mm-hmm.
But I certainly believe that they still have the ability and the fight. I hear some people indicating that, you know, Roshawn need to find a new coach and all of these things. But we have to understand that this is a said coach that allowed this young man to run in the bracket where everybody seems to be trending, the 147. And I think it was injuries that would have caused him not to possibly progress to the 146. So we are always quick to throw away the coaches who, put in the work and get the athlete to a particular place. It is incredible how sometimes our athletes think. But for him to get back, he ran that Diamond League race, and it was a good blowout for him. For me, um, he doesn't seem like the Russian Clark that we know, but with a few more weeks to go, I think he can, sharpen up and try as best as possible to at least make the finals, because you don't have a lot of top four hurdlers out there in the world, that will, push like even a Roshan Clark out of the finals. It can happen because it's who show up on the day.
On the day,
Yeah, but
this is championship.
championship, and sometimes some people put on some mask on a championship. It's like them put on the movie The Mask. When a
Yeah.
man put on a mask, him turning a superhuman. Yeah, so
Yeah.
some people stay when they come on the championship. So let's hope these athletes can do it. On the female side, um, no disrespect, I think we have a very good three, but for them to upset,
With Sydney out of this race, does it open up a spot for Jamaica?
possibly, but the consistency from our athletes this year, I am not seeing it. Anjanette is the best bet, but she is not consistent. I think she can step in there. I remember you have Dalia Mohammed, who is a very, very big contender.
Yes, very experienced, and she has done this before. Yeah.
Right. And we have also not seen Rochelle Clayton run in a while. So
Mm-hmm.
it is very difficult for me to say that the Jamaicans can get on the podium. I have to be realistic in this. But I also have to be realistic that everybody will start at zero.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go through the rounds with me. You
Yes.
understand? So let us see how these ladies can progress. So there's not much to say about them. We have the prediction show coming up, and that is
Mm-hmm.
where we're gonna be delving into all of
How
these.
our chances
Yes.
look. Indeed, indeed, indeed. The big one, the 400 meters. the big one, coach. The 400 meters, it is at a different level. I don't even know what level to say it's at, but the 400 meters is at a totally it's at a different level, coach. Your thoughts?
Hey, Warren, the people let me ask if I last now, Warren. Forward, me send you the link, Warren. Check your
Warren
phone.
gone. Warren gone. Brush him here. Warren gone to brush his hair. But yes, coach, the
Uh,
400 meters.
the 400, I mean, a long time, we not really,
The
um, uh,
400 meter not normal at all.
the 400-meter in a space right now where you have it a clocks on hot time. You see me, I
Hmm.
say?
Yeah.
But I think we have some fighting youngsters in this field. The oldest person in this field is the pilot, you know. And who am I talking? Everybody know who me are talking. One pilot. Me tell you this,
One Rusheen.
a one butterfly plane go to Tokyo. You never believe me. Rob
One
Smith,
Rusheen McDonald. Big boy himself.
big boy himself, are the pilot. You see me? So
Can I share some information though?
go on, go on.
He is ranked higher than our entire team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the highest ranked. He's ranked number 23. Bovell is ranked number 85. Delano Kennedy 38. And of course, the man with the wild card is ranked 124.
But you see with the defending champion now, I believe that this youth has been progressing nicely.
At the right time.
You see, we know so we know that the 100, but you see him in at the same camp with oblique civil, you know. And the civilians them full up in the chat right now, you know. But what I'm saying, you see,
So
Glenn
hold
Mills
on a
taking
minute.
time with Ovil, I saw me think him a
Hang
deal
on
with
a
it.
minute. Somebody's asking if Big Boy made the team. Yes, he's on the team.
How
At
you
the
say
highest
Samsung, man?
rank. Hold on,
Samsung a one
hold
pilot
on.
in a man.
Let me tell Samsung. He's ranked the number one Jamaican on this team. I think Sean Bailey is ranked higher than he is, but Sean did not come to the trial, so Sean Bailey is not on the list. But
Yeah, man, he
let's
came to
not.
the Charles, but him pull up.
Oh yes,
Yeah, man, he did that
he
Charles,
pull up.
man.
Yes, 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 yes. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. But back
Let,
to Big Boy.
yeah,
Big Boy.
I think persons are misunderstood too, you know. So you probably can clear up the. But let me see if I can go ahead before you. No, Big Boy did not make the qualifying standard, which is 44.85, right?
Hmm.
However, as national champion, he would have been in a good space. He went on the circuit and he run and him build some ranking points, to,
Yes.
and he was in a very good place. He also went to the knockout and he got second, and
Hmm.
that also gave him some points and put him in a good space.
Hmm.
So he was right in the quota through the ranking points. So I've been telling the people, say, no matter if Big Boy at the time or not, Big Boy will be the pilot. You can't let a pilot as a player now lift up.
Indeed, 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 indeed. Exactly how you said it,
Yeah.
indeed. So he's the highest ranked Jamaican in the 400 meters in Japan. Big boy again, indeed. He is there. Season best 44.89 that he
Right.
ran at the trials.
Be national champion.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anymore. Buffett McPherson season best was 44.78 before the championship. So he was one of them that came into the championship with the qualifying
Qualifying.
mark.
Yeah.
Right.
44.75 he did in Texas, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did that earlier this year before championship. Delano Kennedy, who is
One lucky.
yes, the youngest among the men. He is also in the event. He's also on the plane, ranked number 38, and the quota for this event is 48. 48. All right. It seems as if Mr. Ware is here. Let's see. Yes, he is. There he is. There he is.
Who forward, Warren?
Mr. Where
Yeah,
Where's World in the building? What go on, brother?
are you
there,
hearing
brother.
me?
I'm here.
Are you hearing me, sir?
Loud and clear.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome, awesome.
So
We're
we so
actually,
so we
go
can
ahead.
just clear up the 400 meters, and then we can probably make Warren give his take on well, we spoke about the 400-meter men.
Yeah.
What you think about their chances
Uh,
with the state of 400 right now?
for our 400 guys, it's basically going to be just to gain experience. We really can't look for nothing what not possible. Like the rest of the field around some good time, fast. 44s, 43s, very lows, very competitive, and we basically a scramble to get the
Qualifying standard.
qualifying standard. So this is basically going to be just get exposure for them, and then hopefully that we can put together a good 4x4 team. Because you know, I'll take a 4-man for us run a decent 4x4 for give a medal. I think in the latter years, I think we need to focus when we do have a strong quartex when everybody want to run an individual event. But realistically, if me know say me not then away, me want to go for a medal because it's a gold medal regardless.
Yeah,
And I just feel, and I say it many times, not many athletes have critical thinking. So yeah, no, a lot of athletes could have leave Paris with the Olympic gold medal if we just think. And hey,
Yeah,
that's what me can coach.
yeah.
some people think that Antonio can sneak on the team because Glenn Mills has been doing a fantastic job with his progress, and we see
Yeah,
where him reach now at a place of 44.89. If he reach it at that time, you
yeah.
think he can improve where that is concerned, and possibly because we know we talk about the 44 lows and all of that. I think Patterson Jacor is one of the favorite for the event, but it's on the day that he has to do that, and you have to run the rounds.
Yeah, but you see the thing about it is I'm not writing off Antonio, but the top guys are going in. There are no guess to running a lot on the circuit, running rounds, and we also saw man like Jerry Richards double at Grand Slam.
Mm-hmm.
So realistically, it is still an uphill battle, which I will never write off a champion. Once a champion, as a champion and a
Mm,
fighter, but it's going to take a lot for him to get back there. He has to run three quality run. The first run might not be so good, but it might be a little. It might be good for him to just get a little, a extra run in. But the
mm-hmm.
second run, the semi-final, I will
You have to
always
go
say
hard.
the semi-final is the final in our
Yeah,
400. That make or break anything over 100 meter. That makes or break your final.
That
definitely.
that is going to be a very interesting race because when you look at where the world lead is now, 43.76. To get into that final, you'll have to be running 43 or 44 low, extremely low, Warren.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, man. All right, for the last 3 games, who was supposed to win?
The the
Matthew Hudson,
three
right?
the 390 man. A 390 me
Who?
call him, you know.
Hudson Smith?
Who's that?
Hudson,
Yeah, man,
Hudson
390
Smith.
Otto Smith, man. Yeah, man, a
Hudson Smith,
390
yeah.
man.
Hudson Smith, and somebody always come grab it from him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kyron
And
390.
that just to show you that the level and it's always somebody different.
Mm-hmm.
So that just to show you that the 400 meter is one of the events at the World Championship where you have to depend on the edge of your
Unpredictable.
seat. Yeah, you have to depend on the edge of your seat, and if you run 400, you want to run a 405 meter because it's a race to the line. You think the 100 race to the line? That is a race to the line.
Mm-hmm. That is
Wow.
true.
Yeah.
But I don't write off
Watson.
Watson. I don't write him off. He's a champion. Has been a champion. He surprised. I don't want nobody come to me and expect him to win. Nobody expected him to win. He
Nobody.
surprised us. He surprised us all.
Because he was way back when we come off in the last 100 meters.
You get me? So and it's not an open shot for anybody to win. It's an open shot for the man them who show them class so far to come out there. I don't expect anybody outside of the spectrum or whatever I run to just come up and show me like, all right, cool, me come run 43. I never run 43 today to win.
Warren, is it an open race? Anybody's race?
An open race for a set amount.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Don't, as I say, a set an open race.
Athlete who in one specific realm at time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the 400 meter is no boy thing. You're like, if somebody has never shown potential to go to a level, you're not gonna do it on the day. Like sport is sport. Sport is number and science. You get me? So yeah.
Yeah, man.
Big boy. Talk to me about big boy, the big man.
The one pilot.
One big boy.
Talk to you in terms about what?
What you think him chances?
Big boy, my brethren, I'll never talk ill about any athlete. I'll never bash down any athlete who know every athlete got to. Big boy made a mistake. Him know a mistake was he from a child. Me know personally as an athlete that he eat him up the entire time him trying to get the standard. He wasted so much time trying to get the standard when he could have put into quality training. So Big Boy also surprised us and run the national record. And Big Boy's a fighter. I think once Big Boy is fit, he's just going to run the best race he can, and nobody will ever know what is going through the mental state of Big Boy and in physical state. We'll never know Big Boy physical state because Big Boy just look like a person like Balotelli. He looks like Mario Balotelli. Like today, I'm going to give you 100%, but my facial expression now gonna change.
Yeah.
Young Delano Kennedy, experience for him.
All right, I'm not going to sit here until I let me know everybody. You get me? I say, I'm one of those person. I'm a fan of the sport. I don't follow the sport closely, so I can't tell you who that is.
Okay, don't worry about it. Let's talk about the ladies. 48.67 world lead.
Yeah, I'm telling you from now. You see that 400 meter?
Yeah.
Between those two girls, Sydney's
two or three.
May I come to that? I say Sydney's there now, but those two girls, I just feel like say you see the killer that win with the person that won the last race, she has been time cranking and not showing her hand for the last months, and she's in a space to just show that I am the done. She's been, I think, I don't know if coaching the same way, but I think she's been running very tactical over the season, and she just gather intakes and just run smart. And that last race showed that everything changed.
That's all. That
last race does show that everything changed. And if Paulina think that it was in the bag for me, that race does show up that
Hey, you see that race there? It reminds me of when she win the championship,
2019.
Yeah. A one scrape,
Yeah.
Yep.
One scrape. And you see once Paulina not Paulina, once Nasa in another frame of mind there.
Yeah.
She dangerous.
Very.
We can't tell her that. Once she in that frame of mind there.
And I also like a lot of people, I think a lot of people put credit where sometimes they don't see the work yet. So the credit people put onto Sydney, great athlete, wonderful 400, but she have come show us in the 400.
I have a similar conversation today with somebody this morning, and I tell us it very difficult. The hype and me I watch Sydney France. She has 16 around her pens in a Warren.
Yeah.
HP. Talented girl. With a button in her hand, she dangerous. Yeah. With some hurdles around the track, she dangerous. You get what I say? But to remove the hurdles now, and she doesn't have a baton in her hand, I don't know what to expect, especially with what she did at the trials. I
Yeah,
don't know what to expect.
and we saw that race where they ran together a few years ago, and them sure that this is our playground, and I don't think the fans understand how much athletes take pride into defending them territory.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like listen, bro, you run 4 hurdles and you want to come over here, come.
No.
What do you take us for? This is not how it goes.
Yeah, again, yeah.
Um, a triple jumper always try to prove to a long jumper that you can't come over here, come do that. The pole vault, discus and shot put the same thing. 100
Same
and
thing.
200, 400, 800. Some of the biggest rival that happen in trainings is a 300 meter between a sprinter, a
And
hundred
a
meter
quarter
man, and a
miler,
quarter
yeah.
miler.
Yeah, man, that's
Those
true.
are some of the biggest rivalry ever
Do you
because
think,
That is true. That is
do,
true.
Warren, do you think that Sydney has sacrificed a gold medal?
if a man when on a gold medal in the Olympics, all I can say is a lot of people, a lot of talented athletes are just in a very fortunate space.
Yeah.
Because even what I saw she did at the Grand Slam at Philly, even though them not get the money, but when I think I was getting the money and she go run the sprint hurdles,
Sprint
what them
hurdle.
do? You know, I was there. You know what Alice said to me, and I got call which at least them. You know what I'm saying to me? So you really think she can come as I come show me up?
Me hear that statement there too.
Like,
But
Me hear it too. And they were planning for her to, Warren.
oh, of course, so I wouldn't plan for them.
Them did a plan for Sydney in the earth. Them said them are gonna fix
but
her.
wouldn't you say that in the sprint category, wouldn't you say that she overperformed?
No, she don't overperform.
Because that's not her event. So I
Yeah,
think
but she's a rounded athlete. She has shown that college has shown us many times that them can do it. People like Grant Holloway and all these shows. So
Mm.
she will be overperform if I've never seen her do that, and she step down. She never stepped down. She just basically just
Go on a
run
training
something that.
run. Yeah.
Yeah, so overperform is basically when we see like Antonio Watson come and run something where we never see him. That's overperforming. But she run good. She has
I
decent
think
times from
I think
college.
I think what she did in the 100 to some of the sprinters shows that
Which
you
sprinters? Which sprinters?
at
What
the
level?
Grand Slam, at
Yeah,
the
but
Grand
no, but what caliber sprinters did she beat?
Hurdlers them then, man.
She run hurdlers. She
Hurdlers.
never beat no sprinters.
Yeah.
she was what second behind
Akira.
Nugent, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but she running
those
the
are
hurdlers them.
hurdlers. If she had gone in, yeah, but if she have gone into and run a regular diamond league, a regular race
Them blow her away,
with
man.
them, yeah, heartache campaign.
I don't think a lot of people were expecting to come second because I think Daniel was in that race also.
She has a faster leg speed than most of them.
Yeah.
The only person I know she could have beat was Nugent.
Yeah.
I never had her to beat Nugent, but she fast.
Well, I think, and you can tell me what your thoughts are. I think she now being in the 400-meter has really add some more energy, some more flavor
I think
to,
the only thing it adds is what will she do? How
yeah.
well will she perform? I don't think it adds. The stoopies are gonna taste good regardless. It's just that you might get a little more of the
Will,
stoopies, but
will she take away from our ladies?
she's a medal contender for sure. She is a medal contender. You get me? And everybody who's going into that has a chance of winning the gold medal. Because one thing she does have is the stamina.
Yeah, she's very.
She does has the stamina, and and her speed endurance is there. But we have never seen her go 3 rounds of 400.
Mm.
Yeah, so we have seen that with her. We see her come run 3 rounds of four hurdle and come back come run 4x4. So we have seen that, but is about, as Anna Cox will say, she don't know. Once the hurdles move, she can't ever run fast. She can't ever run her PB was running over the hurdles in a flat 4.
Because the most memory, I tell her, I probably I tell your mind, say, yo, Earl's in front of me. And while you're running the flat, you probably are early in your mind.
And you see, practice make perfect. So they will always run with a different stride pattern once I'm going around the track.
So a whole lot of things she has to adjust in that 400 meters.
Yeah, and the biggest thing for Sydney is I feel like she lives through her coach. So most of the things she do is what her coach want.
And I will always say this. I mean, I say it to even coach now. I don't think athletes and coach realize who pay who.
Yeah,
And
Yep.
and and I
that
Say
think
that
that
is
again.
true. That
Say
is
that
true.
again.
That is
Say that
true.
again.
yeah, so I'm not really knowledgeable about the coaches in America, but her coaches are very, very well known, well renowned coach. And I think sometimes a lot of too much respect goes to the coaches in terms of the athletes handling. Yeah.
Yeah, because when it comes on to making decision, everything is left up to the coach,
Yeah.
and the athlete really pay the coach.
For example, we'll say what's your name again? Hating.
I think
Hating
more. Yeah,
I think
Oh,
more
more. Mm-hmm.
went from being the best at her age in that event to just a bare statistics now.
butter, you call it.
Mm.
Yeah, so you
That
know,
is a heartbreak.
yeah, but as I said, still that will never be us in Jamaica because at the end of the day, we'll never have a chance to win the goal and play with our career. We know upon that.
No,
We know upon that. We need a gold medal there. A matter of fact, we need a medal there. Whatever it is, we need that medal.
that is
So
it. In terms of Nickisha, though, what how you see her chances? I think she has been improving incrementally.
yeah, so last year is our first year at college, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, I said this before. I think that athletes who had and a long and successful college career should definitely not up into a national games that same season because the repercussion is much very few athletes did it and were successful. And you should know your body. You should be very realistic about your body. So, and I think her body took a hit last year by just coming to the championships after having a long collegiate season. No matter if you're the world leader or not. But this year, coming here's to come on now. She's in a better place now, but for some reason, I still think that load is still in her body. But I have her to be up there. I'm so sorry that Anna Shia carried the flag now in the 400 worldwide for the world. But I hope she can sneak into it.
Warren, we have, when you look at the 400 meters, we have some very young athletes.
Yeah.
LA 2028, they're still going to be in their 20s. In your opinion, how do you think we can maintain this or even try to get better as we get into, technically they would say next year is a half year, but how can we maintain this rhythm with this young crop of athletes going into 2028, 2027, 2028?
All right. So it not gonna happen, but I definitely think it's not gonna happen. It will never happen. I think the J3 needs, like I would say, a scout within the J3 to scout our professional athletes and do like a overall review and recommendation to them in terms of how this season we're progressing, um, see what they could improve on, give them a whole scouting list, and help them to direct them into what to improve. Other countries do it. The US do that. They have the resources, and that's one of the things that don't take a lot of resources because we have that resources. That's one that we have. We as a federation need to assess the younger ones and help them into whether it's like okay running good what need to change, whether it's help you find a new coach, whether placement, whether it's okay running going on a contract. We need to help them, gear them for the future. We have Jamaica is the only place that has no plan in terms of sporting. We have no we have no like urban planning for housing and everything there. We have no planning, we have no future planning. What's that?
100%. I 100% agree with you.
We have
There's
no
no
plan, we
there's
have no project.
no
Funny enough, I won't spell it out what it is, but I was watching the thing with the little dirty man that made the little dirty thing them with athlete where Tim Montgomery was taking, and their thing was called Project World Record. So
yes.
if them man they had a plan, you understand? So
Mhm.
if we want to be successful and have longevity and not have a one-off medal, we need a plan. And as I said, many times I don't see this discussion float around a lot, but we have to give praise to places like GC Foster, UTech, and UWI because those places are what hold up track and field locally because they provide resources for clubs
Mm-hmm.
to carry on. So as much as backtrack to what you're saying, you're trying to put things into place, but it's hard when there is even not even a little place to start that. So as much as Steve Francis, I don't know the history about it, but I'm quite sure his MVP started at UTech, right?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, even though he never had a lot of resources, he had somewhat resources. So that is where track and field has to stay. I said this many times. People like Issa is a big robbery to track and field. I will always say that every man down there is a piece of,
All
you
right,
know what it is.
hold it.
Because I don't know how the fact that we can get so much money at champs and we don't put that money into the urban school. Don't not even say the urban school, but to the school them we have a show. For example, big money coming into champs and places. We see Kimoy Campbell from Belfield doing good and other little from Belfield. Start a program at Belfield. Put a little money at Belfield because what is holding up track and field in Jamaica for high school is the old boys from
Yeah.
the different schools. But then you have old boys, they don't have that strong system at the other schools. So all that money that Issa get, they're not pumping it back into the school. So if it wasn't for the JC old boys, the KC old boys, the Jago old boys, the Georges old boys, and the other schools them, and the idle principal who love our school and pumping our school, what would chance be? So much money goes into the different federation and ISA and J3A, but it's not being funneled back into starting grassroots program. So it not gonna change unless them think they change.
But Warren, we can't say it now go change. We have to.
I
We have
never
to
said. Well, let
call.
me say a while ago. I said not gonna change unless them things are change.
We need to call them out to change.
Listen, man, we can't call them out until we're done, until we're done. But at the end of the day, I telling already for doing, and I forgot to do it, and I forgot be like, oh, me stay. And no one be formal, we can't be formal. We have to use bull tactics. We have to cast some. We have to be like barbecue. Oh no. Some things has to be jungle justice. Something has to be a chaos. We have to disrupt certain peace and certain livelihood before we can get things nice and calm. We have to have a civil unrest. But guess what? The elite athletes will never be the voice of that because them good. Them not care.
Yeah, them have them food.
I'm glad that you made that point about the elite athletes because I realized that the athletes who have the resources, who have the money, who have their thing.
Well, you can't use the money part of it because the money might there, but the money a little bit.
Yeah,
the money might yeah.
All right,
but what I'm saying, the biggest thing about it is the voice. The voice. But
yeah,
I can say is it's a shame when I can tell us say I mentor more US athletes than local athletes. And even out of the game is because Jamaica we still a fight like we're up on the slavery boat. We still a fight and we don't look at it like a collaboration of how each one can help and how my knowledge can help you. It's not it don't have to always be the man that was running the fastest or the man where they have a bunch of record and goal can help you. Mentorship and inspiration come from many places and you can't force a man who to take it from. You get me? And you can't, so you have to just look and observe and leave things to be.
Have you guys ever thought about forming an athlete body where you can there's a voice for the athletes because an athlete
Not gonna work.
Hold on, why not gonna work, Warren, why nothing not gonna work?
Listen, man, if it work, the voice, the strongest voice are the elite athletes. And they don't care. You understand? Me can tell this personally. Me can tell this personally. They don't. They might seem like they do, but they don't. But remember, we have more. We not say non-prominent. We have more normal athletes than elite athletes. The body going into every single games is more normal athletes than elite athletes. 25% of our squad are elite athletes. You get me? Athletes only speak up. Elite athletes only speak up when something reach them at them doorstep. And then when a man speak up now, a regular man speak up, they're alienated. So no athlete who barely survive wants to be alienated.
And the cycle
Makes sense.
continues.
Yeah, so guess what got me now? Them are gonna leave.
And that's why you said that it has to be like a revolution move, you know, to ensure say our results are seen.
Yeah.
That
So
type
you, the
of
athletes, need to start and then get us on board, get the fans to follow.
All right, okay. If you all look at this, who is the Olympic athlete rep for Jamaica? Even would you have an athlete? You know, we have a body for that though. We have a body.
the athlete rep, not a coach of that is
No,
gone.
can be a no. It has to be a former Olympian. I'm talking about the IOC athlete
That
representation.
there
Oh,
isn't that Proud Lear?
Who? If you tell me, let me know. We leave that is supposed to be a separate association by itself.
Oh,
Yes,
oh.
as I said many times. Let me say many times. The sport of track and field is like a good-looking girl, and the man will own her of a bag of girl, and he doesn't care to make it look good because he don't want nobody come thief her, so he make it good enough so little money can spend, but not too much. Track and field is the most dominant sport in the world globally. Every sport affect coexist with track and field.
Mm-hmm.
Every athlete, every celebrity want to be a part of running. Look, for example, how is it that our local trials was kept and it was Shelley last race on Jamaican soil, and if she never qualified, that'd be her last time possible running on the global stage. Why wasn't it being advertised like that?
Warren, don't bring back that conversation there because I had that
But
conversation
it's not
on
about
my
don't bring it
show
back. It's
and
not don't bring it back. I'm sure
no,
you know,
I
you know.
agree with
Why
the
not bring it now when me like a voice can actually say it? Can none of them not gonna say it?
I said the same thing on my show, and people would eat me alive that it wasn't appropriate. They never wanted to mess
That should
with
have
her.
been the last race. That should have been
And
the last race because people are foreign a tweet and say, "Oh my God, we have to give."
Warren,
It's like
what
you know what football do. You know what footballers do when a man play a certain amount of game, him get him own game where everything we make go to him.
Warren,
Track
you
and
know what
field
I
do.
said? They could have invited Shelly back the Sunday night and had a send off and have a send off for her. Friday, you never want to do it Friday night, or even they could even do it Friday night. Let the men run first and let the
Female
women
run last.
run after.
Make
And
sure
then
on a
you
lap. Make sure on a lap.
look here, that's
Lap
something they
off,
heard. Look here,
yo, I get me upset when you talk about Shelly.
Yeah.
Cause after she come from the Paris thing when her last Olympic me I talk about that something, you know. What them a do for her? And you see Shelly could leave Olympics and not run the semi-finals for whatever reason, and we know here
and to this
gunfire.
day, there's no clarity on why she was locked out. Nothing was said.
Dope thing,
Nothing.
yeah, man.
I don't know. I don't think we respect fans enough. I don't think I don't know. I don't think fans, the
But as I said
Jamaican
to you, know,
fans are seen as important.
as I said to you, you guys have this podcast here, and what you guys do so people can watch, promote it though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So how is it that we have a jackpot in track and field, Jamaica track and field, brand Jamaica, and we don't market it.
If them podcasts anybody that go on, boy, may I tell them, you know what that go on. Nobody would know about the sport. Nobody would not
Yeah.
follow the sport.
All
Sometimes
right.
some athletes just last back in the system, and when we talk about them, people realize that yo, that person that is still around, you know much people are asked about Vincent. All I could have said to them is that Vince is in United States track, but I don't know the school that he's attending. I could only tell them the last school that he went.
Yeah.
So
So
a whole heap of things for it.
my camera go on. So like see, my camera I want go and disrupt the piece. Listen, man. As you know, my podcast that we always talk spring culture, where we talk about like everything, like even the
Yeah.
Blake thing was like when a man I talk to him and I reason with me, I say I don't want you to reason me about things that like is nonsense because yo, coach, you see me sometimes I jump on and I reason about some track and field. But as I said,
Yeah.
the only thing that can improve our resources is marketing Jamaica track and field like a
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
brand.
exactly. I've said that every day. I'm glad you say that, and that is why I
I
keep
stop run.
saying,
I stop run from God knows when. My last professional race was God knows when. My last team was in London. And how is it that you guys still see me as an active? People still think me an active man still I run because I'm still out there. So them still see me out there, but them people know say I'm not running.
Mm.
I'm marketing myself more than Jamaica Chakafila market it, and it don't make sense.
but let me ask you something, Warren, and I'm glad that you bring this point up because I keep saying to athletes that visibility is very important. You need to be visible. You need to tell your story. Why is it that the our athletes seem so sheltered and don't want to be too much out there in the spotlight? Why?
All right. So it come from a place where Jamaicans want to be humble, but I think we would misinterpret humble with with storytelling. We still can storytell within our means and still be humble. We don't
Mm-hmm.
have to tell it all. You understand? So when you tell a man like for example, most of the US athletes going in already do up the marketing plan and them bag of things them going in, them have create them storyline. But when you move on to Jamaica, there's no storyline for the athletes. Like there's none. And we can't blame the federation, we can't blame nobody than them team. You know what I did the day after me met the Olympic team? Call one of my brethren them and say, yo, remember call, when name captain the person in charge of the stadium is a Calabar man. Call him up, tell him someone we just take some picture in the stadium. Went to the stadium and I took a picture in a one suit. A suit with my spikes around my shoulder in our Adidas shoes. I took one in the stands and one in the blocks. Cause I said at the first time they see me now no bag a picture. At least when we run an Olympics and little picture come out, I can have a little picture that is different.
Mm.
You understand? No, every athlete is waiting on somebody to shed some light and tell them story and take a little part of the money if it's not enough to highlight yourself. So no brand not gonna sponsor no brother because no brand dead. There's no way that people should still come to me for sponsor me and me stop run and una run.
Yeah, the lack of visibility.
Yeah, you get me? Yeah, Jamaicans have some wonder. When I did the thing last year with Chill Spot and my interview for the athletes, them have some wonderful story. But as much as you can put out on a podcast, you have to tell that story day by day, piece by piece.
Look at Jacori Patterson. He told his story at the Miami Slam.
Mm-hmm. Sign that boy, man. Sign him.
Yeah,
And look at him now. You must be able to, because when you tell your story, you're triggering empathy within people.
Yeah, that is it.
Their emotions, they
people
want to
people
help.
want to people follow who them can sympathize with and have a relationship with and a storyline with and them coexist. A lot of people follow LeBron because them can relate with LeBron. A lot of people follow Steph can relate with Steph. A lot of people can relate with Messi, Ronaldo. Those are what people want. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And that is one thing that we're lacking. And that is one thing. Not even athletes them or federation is not polished. Like bro, if it's USATF, as much as them have their own issues, them can pull sponsors because they're polished. Them look good, them feel good.
Yeah. But you see, sometimes me think athletes when we bring across them conversations here, I think athletes will say, yo, yeah, him can go and talk. Him can go and talk. Him don't know what a clock a strike. And it a come from an athlete who would have been there and done that. And you would have said this multiple times, Warren.
Yeah.
No time you said this. So you tell me, so then don't even listen to you.
Yo,
No, star. Crazy.
as I said, at least have them selective of who them listen to. Probably they need to win a couple more gold medal or a couple more medal for them here. You understand? But I just think that at least to realize that inspiration should come from a lot of places. You understand? You should also be inspired by a businessman. You should be inspired by a brand itself because at the end of the day, those are what you should take together to build up your brand overall. I never had a marketing person ever. A friend of mine from DDCell, Carla, came to me and said, "Yo," Carla asked me, Carla was like the marketing person at DDCell. She asked a friend, "Who does Warren wear marketing?" And she said, "Warren, him just taking picture and doing things." She said, "Wow, they never knew that." Because as much as me never know it was marketing, I was just trying to tell my story.
And that's what it.
And as much as me get a lot of, me get enough pushback from it from my little place, but it still did feed them. Because when it comes to get Search Island, every man get them check from it, as in my part of my team, and not everybody in the team was okay with it, but it still feed them. You understand? That's why I always say sometimes I don't think the coach them know who pay who.
But you see, but you know something, Warren, I'm wondering because I was doing a research recently to figure out what are potential sponsors looking for in athletes. And one of the things that came up is that it says sponsors want to know that athletes can tell a story.
All right, look at it. At least don't want to be called influencers, but in the day and age, you're an influencer because you're trying to influence somebody to buy into your brand, to like you, to support you. So at the end of the day, people might say, "Oh, the American market is different," but how much local influencers in Jamaica I do some little one-off deals.
Yeah.
So get me? But they will always be overshadowed by the TikTokers, them and those things because they're not putting themselves. They get me? I say you're popular now. But at the end of the day, you just not have no you don't have no value.
Let me tell you, Warren, I've been saying this for a while now, and I've been
I mean,
having
I say longer now, you so just
and I've
imagine how
been
tired maybe.
and I've been having discussions with people that one of the things that we need to do is we need to have seminars for, I think, from our athletes hit
Long time
high
brother.
school.
Workshop.
From
Workshop.
our athletes hit high school and you discover that they're a student athlete, a part of their training should be that they go to a workshop, if it's even for 2 hours
So we focus too much on the all time things because we still are forcing the youth them to go to workshop them like the Jadko workshop. Bro, I understand that. Cool. We don't need to go that more than once. Okay, and God, you get me? But at the end of the day, they need to go to a workshop that instill values into them. You get me? Value. For example, not to call down on an athlete, but look at Tia. She did the interview one day, but because she was just in her shell, she could even express. She could even tell a story.
Yeah.
She was also, and who she did the interview with was one of the coolest interviewers on the circuit.
Yeah.
But she was still in her shell
And that is not even her fault because we are not teaching the young athletes
because we
to
took them from
market.
high school. We took them from high school and we gave them no little formal training like that. And as
Well, hold on. I can say that though. I I have a manager that used to work with us, right? At St. Jago. Big up Mr. Jeffrey Garden. Whenever at evening time when we have the practice, that man used to just call over a few of the athletes them and him do it like every day or very frequently. Put up him elbow in front of them and ask them questions. So he was pretty much preparing these St. Jago girls for interviews.
yeah,
And he did it religiously. And some people did think say a joke thing him that do, but it eventually helped these girls because if you don't see the St. Jago girls interview, you don't know me I talk about.
yeah.
It is something that has to be on a continuum where
Yeah.
them continue to,
Yeah, so
develop them. You see me?
as I say, we focus too much on the track, and I'm telling you already, especially now, the track is just 10% of it. For example, this is why, as much as Shakari got through a bunch of stuff, and in a session must lose and lose that, that's just because you guys only see the 10% of her value, which is the track and field.
And
Yeah,
funny enough, in a Warren, when I was doing the research, it says talent alone is not enough for
No,
sponsors.
no.
I see thing about it. That's crazy, you know, HP. I research I do, but me can tell you say we are like the wait I say no. The test dummy them. We actually know it because the research where I read that was us.
Yeah.
You understand? When I got the Olympics with a camera and I showed the whole them video there, I showed the athlete personality. That was the first time ever people see the athlete them for them true self. Ever. I will never
We
see it back again.
we need to help them. We need to help our young people. And as you
How is
said,
it? How is it that we go to our games, whether it's Olympics, World Champs, and J Trade does not have a marketing person inside that for us to do small local videos, personality
Yo,
videos.
a
Warren, me
Jamaican.
always I say that, Virgin.
How?
You as a former athlete that is so skillful in this department, them should I have you upon the team. Even the
How?
promotion for go to Tokyo, the
We,
promotion for the
we,
national trials, them, Warren, where should I not
we
do
went
them
to we
videos there?
went to which games we go to over there? We go to Paris. Where they go? One of them games we go, and we never saw pictures come out of Jamaica until IWF post pictures. That should not be the
Yeah.
case. And big man thing, we don't want to see clean and observer pictures because those are not even quality what we want to see. We want to see nice pictures comparing to the rest of the world. We want to see pictures that can show the athletes in a marketable way. We're not seeing that. We want to see content from athletes in a very marketable way. We're not seeing that overall. Overall, the brand of track and field by its handlers are doing a very poor job. And I will always say this: not one of them can come to me and shake my hand and say, "Oh, you're doing," because I will not talk to them. Because at the end of the day, I feel like if you see somebody who is sick and not helping them to be sick, you're part of the problem, and you should be taken away. Just like when I neglect, like them say, CPS should come and take away the handlers of track and field of Jamaica from them because they're doing a very poor job, marketing the team, and doing the other 50%. Track and field is just a part of it. The athletes are doing their job. The federation is not.
Yep.
Hmm.
So
It
right
pains
now,
my heart.
a media person fit travel with the team.
May I ask a
And now we
question?
not talk no look Alcatel phone them are
May I,
use.
may I ask a question? For who they are Jamaica and who in the chat? Is there a flagship Puma store in Jamaica where they can go buy gears?
Why Warren I bring up the things that were gonna upset me?
No, but see, HP, you see, let me show you. Because somewhat, you say you don't want to talk about, I talk about before, but I saw the problem start because if you know, I'm going to be the only person of voice this big that will ever talk about it. So if you say we talk about it before and me come and wanna talk about it again, you're
True.
not gonna see. You don't know the name them. They'll never talk about that.
Not yeah.
Remember say I before I went to the Olympics, I was a part of the 90% of normal athletes who are trying to survive. I used to take bus from stadium, go off a tree, and take a bus go Greater Portmore for me yard. So
Mm.
yeah. So when we want investors to come in, before we sell them the other dream, we have to make sure say yo, even while you develop other program, it marketable so we can make money right through. It's not marketable. Everybody can rebrand at Ministry Jamaica. They have never done a rebranding. The last time I can remember Jamaica branding is when Blouse and Skirt. Why me? Elephant Man do the sweet video. That's the last time we did some major branding. And half of the youth them we are run now, coach, them don't know that.
Mm-hmm. Real
Yeah.
thing.
We are rob the youth them of so much.
Yes, yeah.
So so as you're saying, people like Mundo who can get a bunch of stuff, yeah, it's because the country of Sweden is marketing a way where it's that Sweden. You understand? Youth should be coming to Jamaica in the summer for summer camp. Just like how the Spanish people and the French people go England for English camp. And who want to learn baseball go Dominican Republic and Dominican Republic. And who want to learn race car go where they must go. Kids should be coming to Jamaica for track and field.
Let me ask you something, Warren. When you were competing, how did you feel about having a PR person, having an image. I mean, I know that all of these different social media we didn't have leading up to that time, but how did you feel about being out there talking to fans? Because I was observing something the other day, and I realized that you have athletes from all around the world will be signing things for athletes, moving up and down the line, but our athletes, they run and then they disappear.
So as I said earlier to you, I was my marketing team because I was always different. I'm so different where them alienate me. I'm so different where them put me in a basket by myself and say, oh, me are the black sheep. But it's because I saw a vision and I saw how other sports were. And I knew that track and field could not be the only part of it. I know there had to be another part. So even though I never have a manager, like say a marketing manager, I knew what it took. So as somebody said in the chat, I did the chill spot and I was recording and editing videos and still perform to the best of my ability. You understand? To the case where no friend know this. Doing couple of the world championship them, I got paid from media house and big sponsors to give them pictures. You understand? So I was making money all across the board because I understand the business of sport and the sport is a business. The sport is there, but it's a business. HP, you live in the States?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, what is the number one rising sport in the state now?
Rising sport, pickleball,
Pickleball. You know why? The marketing. Few
marketing.
months ago, what Verizon was doing, all right, T-Mobile, let me give you a free paddleboard. You understand? Every sport has the mileage to grow, but is them don't
Marketing.
care, them don't care. But guess what I got about it? I can tell you for sure. Whether my kids choose to run or not, they will be alienated just like blouse and skirt Deion Sanders kids because we understand the business of everything. So when people talk about Nepo babies, and a Nepo babies for certain sports, is just a man who understand how the ball game run. Mhm.
How
So
can we, as a country, how can we tap into this, get into this, educate our young athletes about the business side? This is their career. It is a business. How can we change that? Because we need to change it because the window is very small. Ten
all right,
years.
so some of the coaches are stuck in certain ways of what the old school is. You understand? But I think the managers and the agents, some of them have to understand that get with the times. You understand? You are collecting so much money from the athletes. Play a part and educate them. Play a part and seek in their best interests. A lot of the agents does care about the track and field part of it. And a lot of the athletes in the US, they have marketing agencies. I mean, talk about agencies like what they would like Tom Brady and LeBron. You understand? But at the end of the day, we can still have that in Jamaica. But you have people who create them like a marketing team there that only care about the clicks and giggles and the known and not the
Yeah.
best interest of athletes. There's no way that me I'm an athlete and all the time I post him is when him run. No. I'm a marketing agent for know for market my athlete right throughout. There's many athletes who come about and them not having a sponsor. It should make sense.
Somebody is asking what is what the heck is pickleball? Tell
Pickleball is a
about
lazy
that.
tennis. Is
Yeah.
what coach? May I watch a Instagram video with pickleball doubles? The court is already small and them have a doubles. No, but the ball, you guys not gonna get the ball off the court. You guys go, yo, coach, them rally the ball for at least 2 minutes in our doubles. The court already small. But guess what? You can't knock them because they market them thing and put it to a place where it is profitable and it makes sense.
Listen, that sport soon coming to the Olympic Games.
And now, if you get to go to certain big malls, a pickleball court is in the mall.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm. So yeah.
So
So
that means a lot of money in it then.
Money?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if they are able to market it and put up these, or it doesn't cost a lot
It's
to put
just
up
for
these type of things.
recreation right now.
So
But I think it's
what happened is that come from pickleball comes the girl them want buy the nice cute outfits, the paddle, them want look nice. It's a social club, so you pay for play at the club. So a lot of things come around with it. How is it that run club in America is one of the biggest thing, but track and field isn't? Run club is a big thing in America, you know?
marketing
Marketing.
is what you market that will sell.
I can say, honestly, if you give me 1 year with Jamaica track and field, we change us the looks of it. Look how JFF turn around and look like a nice, clean product.
And then a little beat will beat JFF, you know.
I don't think nobody beat them more than me.
Well, that you see, well, coaches they start out, you know. And
Yeah.
we are some 4 or 5 hours we used to depend in a pandemic there, you know.
Oh, me? No, man. You see the thing
Yeah,
about
man,
it?
and we
I'm telling
beat.
you, me I like barbecue now. 2 punch, I sit down and then just cuss rest of the day. Me no need for cuss, me no need for beating for so long because maybe my punch am kind of, I don't know, more hot. So I'm gonna whoop.
Let me read a comment here, gentlemen, and this is something. Who is this? Noblet Smith Brown. This is something that I've been calling for myself. Noblet is saying, why you former athletes don't come together and try to solve some of these problems? Why isn't there an association for athletes? A long time, may I say, why the
I don't
Jamaican
think it
athletes
like I don't think it
don't
that's easy. All right, first and foremost, I'm gonna ask you a question, HP. With the association,
mm-hmm,
they have to pay a dues, right?
mm-hmm.
You know how much athlete don't register for vote from J3? Yeah, I tell you already, there's Jamaica has 20 or 15% of elite athletes with contract, and the rest of them are just making life go by. So how is it that you want a federation when these athletes didn't even earn?
No, but what I'm saying, you can put the dues at a certain level because the idea is to form a cohesive
Oh, you
body,
gonna tell
a
me if you
body
pay
with
when me
one,
now make no bag of money?
hold
Oh,
on,
you
worry,
gonna help me?
a
But
body with,
the
with
dues are enough money.
hold
It
on,
don't matter, what me I say, remember, oh, them thinking, remember,
it's one voice, it's one voice you're looking for, it's one voice you're looking for. An athlete was going through something and they said that they call an elite athlete. I'm not going to call the name, they call the elite athlete and say, yo, put some strength on this for me. And the athlete turned to the other athlete who not so elite and say, yo, this not nothing to do with me now.
Let me tell you something.
We need a
Any athlete
body.
can come for bonafide, my bonafide. Because
We
when
need a
when
body with
when
one
when
voice.
when Taekwondo called me and say, yo, bro, I want a strength, I gave you a strength. Because at the end of the day, me for the athletes them. Many athletes go through them little thing, I'm call them, I'm text them and tell them, say, yo, no, they look encouraging messages. But as I said, track and field is a very egoistic sports. Other bigger athletes are very full of themselves and um see, it's a painful we love it, but it's come like it come like a stubborn cousin where we are try tell him say stop do the bad. Them just can't stop do the bad. But we still love it. Yeah. I Jamaica track and field. Jamaica track and field is $1 billion product. But we just can't sell it because we
Mm-mm.
don't package it good. The label won't change.
The packaging is not right.
The label won't change. We tell a man every day, National Bakery sell HTB and National. And all people don't have National, but then have HTB and even know say same bread.
Mm-hmm.
Rebrand,
Yeah, same thing with the bun.
rebrand.
Yeah. We Jamaica is a very close with the community where we're close with a lot of corporate people. But at the end of the day, why is it so hard for us to polish it so we can sell them it? Pickleball probably passed Jamaica in a few years in the come. See, the socialites them on it. It's doing trials if you have a celebrity race, celebrity 4x1. ISA used to have coaches relay. Them don't do that no more.
You know one of the things
That
that
make too much
you know
money
one
and
of the
all that.
things you know one of the things that eat me out, Warren, is that when we're having our trials, all our athletes are on the same umbrella for an entire weekend. And I've been saying to avoid having the empty bleachers. The grandstand sell itself. So I have been saying for a while, why not create some season pass for the bleachers and promote the bleachers so people can come out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday with one ticket. Promote them in the schools, in the corporate area that have track teams. There's no way we should have all our elite athletes under one roof for a weekend and the stadium is empty. But because you're not giving the fans and the wagonists a reason to come out, they're not going to come out. There's no pull. There's no pull.
Listen, there's many ways we can sell it. Doing. I remember as a little youth. Me not think coach much older than me, you know. But I remember as a little youth doing 98, I played bucket stopper football because and every bucket stopper was who? A man from the reggae boy team. You remember that, coach? I'm older than you.
No, man, I know what you're talking about, man.
You get me?
Yeah.
So it's a crazy thing when we know. So yo, track and football is popular in Jamaica, but it's not more dominant. But way more money and resources go there and more marketing. I'm not knocking them because they're doing their thing. All we want is for you guys just to make we look pretty.
Yes.
Because once we look pretty,
Yes.
we will sell.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yes.
One elite athlete described trials as a development meet.
I wouldn't even say development meet.
There's no
I'd say
energy. There's no branding.
I'd say like a Labor Day sports day.
Wow. If you
Because
actually start saying that,
because the product don't look good, bro. Even Kirk Vine and them look better than those stuff.
you guys will have to come together though, Warren, and form a body that can speak on these things because you guys have been there, you've gone through it, and you just want to make it better for the next generation. So maybe you can lead that charge to put together a body, have your president, have your this, your that, and at least will fall into place, even if it starts with just a handful of you. But you guys need to fix the problem for those that will be coming 5, 6, 10 years to come.
You have to be put aside. People have to look on the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Um, as much as you guys think, a lot of athletes aren't friends. Older athletes, probably no athletes are a friend. But the elite athletes from then, they're not friends. They must coexist in our space. So to get them even talk on one level is like it no work. To get them even talk up, you never. When have you ever seen something go on and you see someone other athletes talk about the injustice where athletes are go through? When Daniel that thing came about, you hear none of them. I say what go on. You get me? When last year the flame was burning, none of them no continue say what go on. But guess what? No. I spoke and my name was all over the media, make it look like say, oh, me I just the unruly one because X and Y. But at the end of the day, you have to take sense of the nonsense and see what the reasoning is. I'm always going to be the voice of the youth them when I really have that strong voice. Because at the end of the day, them not hear them, but if me talk on behalf of them and send back the slide to them, it'll happen. When I went and play rugby, people never think about Jamaica have a rugby team. And them man they way better than me. But so guess what I did? I used my brand and leverage it. The TVJ and Observer came out to interview me during a training session. And you know what I do? I never got training. But they're not gonna leave without a story. So what am I gonna do? Interview the team. You understand? Enough of these athletes don't want to leverage their brand to help a next youth or help a man. Them just do the cut and move on and not even look back and say, yo, give some inspiration in terms of being a voice. Yeah.
This is worrying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we can't tell one of the biggest fights towards Jamaica is that man with the big head. Because that man with the big head did achieve a lot, but it was a time when people never really the media never debo. So I'm vexed. That's not correct. That don't hate the athletes. And I can tell you that straight. You get me? Because he achieved so much, but it's like he was like a what I say, forgotten hero. So a lot of the older athletes are still bitter towards the man them we climb through generation. And we see that in other sports, we see that even in the US, we see that in other sports. Mm.
Mm. Somebody's asking a question. Hey, all in the game. Welcome, welcome. He's saying, we actually talked about those before, but he's just asking about some of the Jamaican females, quarter milers, needing to make the move up to the 800 meters, like Mary Mora and Shafiqua Maloney. Thoughts? How do you get an athlete to move from one event to the next? I know that at the high school level, we can do that. But Warren,
Yeah.
how did Coach Glenn Mills converted you to a 200-meter runner?
Yo, now I get $1 million story for free, you know.
I know, I know.
So, mama tell you,
Yeah.
the biggest inspiration for me to stay locally and to go to Glen Mills was not Glen Mills. It was the late Howard Harris. And it's a Casey man.
Yes,
Or
yes.
he was, I don't know much president before him, but he was the best president. And remember, that was when Jamaica track and field was making sense and being marketed. So he saw me every single day at stadium and say, yo, me for talk to Mr. Mills, say Mr. Mills, Mr. Mills. And Mr. Mills would always call me sprinter. However, at Calabar, I run hurdles and 100
I
at
know.
champs because of points. If I had run the two, I would have still give points, but we have somebody who can do the two, whereas never nobody can do the 100. So I ran my race based on what made more sense. You get me? The Jacob man, I'm not gonna understand because you know they now really fight for not points. They might fight for just get the medal. But that's him know me attacks. In the bigger school, that's how it goes. You know, you don't go where you're best, you just sometimes go where what makes sense. I left high school with a PB of 20.88. You understand? So I always had a potential to run the 200, and I was more guaranteed to finish more 200 race than finish hurdles. So after leaving high school, I had a stress fracture that would not get better, and every time I run, it keep on open up. And when it got better, I couldn't run 100-meter fully because every time I run 100-meter, I used to pull. Well, not pull, but have some hamstring discomfort because I was just too fast for my build. So I move up to the longer sprints. So sometimes when you see athletes move all over the place, it's just because they're finding where their body is best.
Yeah. Even something there, Bloomfield. Remember, he started out with the short sprints, you know. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
because he constantly got injured, they put him. I think, they put him at the longer sprint, and that was just one of those moments.
One of the best high school sprinters coming out of champs who never went to pro fully was Romaldo Rose. He was just too fast for his
Oh,
body.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
too much
Yeah.
injuries.
Romaldo was just too fast for his body. His body could not, once him start sprint, pop. So sometimes, as I say, at least and coach ever know their body. It ties in back with in what I say with the NCs. At least over a long season, should definitely take a rest and not look at a short term goal because you run an NC season and try to go to a championship is a short term goal. You understand? Because your body will go through a different level, then you rest and go to a different level. That little rest after NCs and the games is not enough. I remember say I run from what? December?
December, right back to May.
So yeah. So it depends what makes a change. At the end of the day, some athlete might be a good 800-meter runner, but the training on their body might just make them can't go to the next level. And as something I said earlier, but me never jump in them time that you're talking about even the hurdler, the four hurdler, with his coach that say it's unfair to move him after a coach bring him to that level. But in all due respect to all coach, sometimes you have to know when to release, because I said earlier that as much as a Grant Holloway and him father are not, him have to find somewhere that makes sense for him now, because I think he's stuck at one level.
In
You
plateau.
understand? That, yes, and he can sometimes all needs a different coach with a different look to just make it go the other way. And I want to make it tell you, the Americans them not run for switch coach. If not now work, next coach.
Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
why Mr. That though,
No,
Warren?
but me not say he should leave, you know. I'm just simply
No,
saying
man.
what. No, this ties back into some of the reasons why athletes, what makes them change events. It's
Yeah.
just that different coach have a different eye and
Aye.
different coach. Yeah.
But for me, just to clarify, make that point there and clarify the Russian point. For me, it is always easy for me to convert a hurdler to 200, or not even convert for him to run the 200. I've
Mhm.
always have that dynamics in my setup. Now, for the Russian thing, I wouldn't want him to just switch right away,
No,
because
he got hurt.
yeah,
He got
exactly.
hurt. Yeah.
So because of the hurt, just want. Although
No.
though, some people move because of that very reason, because you couldn't keep me fit. You get
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I
but
say?
yeah. I
But
understand that.
yeah, but me not think him because of
No,
the hurt situation. At least give
no,
another.
no. He has a very good coach.
Yeah.
I've a coach who actually, if him hurt, you must know say him hurt, because that's a coach who believe in a strength. He's a good strength coach. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Tuffy Rudy is saying HP Warren has the voice, but with 2 Olympic medals, how much support would he get compared to someone with
Exactly.
multiple? Ah,
So well, I know. Look at this. Look at my reason HP. So it's basically, I would say, not just like I did an interview earlier, and it's 97. They said if would I ever coach, not everybody who run track or did sports can be a coach. There's
true.
other aspects of the sport team departments that athletes can fill into. I don't want to be a coach, but I want to work in the marketing and the mentorship department. That's my strength. You get me? I don't want to come coach an athlete and I know say, yo, I should coach because of my name. No. You understand? At the end of the day, are you saying a man like what name? Horry, who have a bunch of who have the most NBA ring? What name? Everybody know him name.
Who?
Who?
LeBron?
No, not LeBron.
Robert Horry.
Horry, Robert Horry. Are you saying Robert Horry is more fit to lead a team because he have a bunch of ring? So sometimes not because the accolades are there, that not means that somebody never have a different mindset on something. So yeah,
I see a question that I like, and it is coming to you, Warren, because
yeah.
I have this question too. Sam is saying, Warren, do you think the high school kids in Jamaica are doing too much work to prepare for champs?
All right. So as much as we think our high school kids are run good, they're nowhere compared to what the US athletes are run.
Warren may not believe that.
Well, I know man, me a reason with them. What you say? What you say? I thought these high school guys are running 44, 45, low, 9, 10, 0. What I'm saying is that, but but the workload for our athletes are different because we don't have an indoor season. So while we might get away with a little more longevity because we don't have an indoor season,
Yeah.
they're still running fast. So the kind of two side, it kind of different. The argument is going to be different. So I'm always whatever question is, I'm always going to look at it way different. So as much as I say you can't agree with me, statistics wise, they're doing better than us. But longevity, we
And
are
Is the
longer.
workload is
and
the workload
matriculation,
more?
you know.
Is the workload more?
No,
No, the
I think
workload is similar. It's just because they are probably doing their handlers are in a market where they're trying to get money from them so early. So as you can see, there's a high influx of athletes now in the US who are running professional times in high school, and it's because
because
they can get high NIL
capitalize.
deal. They
Yeah,
can get NIL deal. However, Jamaica don't have that. So what we are focused on champs, or the only mistake we make as high school coaches are sending the the athletes who run super father champs to Carifta.
The curve,
That's
yeah.
our only difference to make. We'll
But,
run them at Carifta, which we don't need to run them at Carifta. And we
but
need, to have we need to talk to them when I go talk to them and show them a bigger picture. I've seen many athletes from my time up to now who go Carifta and some don't recover because of that little injury.
but you see, Warren, in terms of workload, still, this is my take. I believe that the Jamaican athletes' workload is greater.
It's
I think
greater.
so too.
It's greater,
But
but
the US athletes
the US program,
compete more.
yeah, and them on a different program. They're
Yeah,
actually in a pro program.
pro
So that's why
program. Yeah,
that's why I said to her, say it's kind of different on both spectrum. They both have high workload, but because we don't have an indoor season, we
yeah,
get away with it.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
we don't travel as much as them. The more Kingston to town and country, a short trip compared to them.
They might
They're
take
doing
planes.
road trips, plane,
Yeah,
weekend, week out,
yeah.
indoor, outdoor, and then we don't have a system where we go regional, step up, step up, step up, step up, step up. We have that system, but we don't really care about parish champs like that. So we don't participate in those smaller systems. So we have a heavy workload, but we get away because we don't have an indoor season.
Yeah, and they compete more, I think, more regular than we because they have to go to the different
Different regions,
and
conferences.
yeah, man.
Conferences.
Which I do have to learn for my daughter and son, because me don't know the college, me don't know the structure to go from, to climb the different county to that. So I also have to learn that.
You will figure it out.
No, we have listen, man. You see, is it what name? Brashan Jackson's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Can know the system.
Shante, yeah.
You see, know the system. That's what I say. When you have athletes who actually have kids coming in, the brand them are gonna be so feared because nobody can trick them.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I see the black, green, and gold on them, but you don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that. You don't
Hey.
have to answer
I feel them choice that
that.
Hey,
their body, their choice.
Hey, Warren, you have to go forward back Thursday night when
We're back here Thursday night, Warren. We're going to be doing the sprint.
forward.
As long as after I'll probably jump on late after the kids have got to bed.
Yeah. Okay.
Right,
Yeah,
no
but
problem.
one thing what kind of want the coach him do: stop sending the kids to Carifta. Bro, we don't have to prove nothing at Carifta. We don't have to prove nothing more. I would teach the kids them say, a Carifta goal is good, but an Olympic and world champ goal is way, way better. And a world junior goal.
Yeah, that give you more leverage.
Yeah.
With that said, we have come to the end of another night, another heated discussion, a debate, and Warren knocked down my dream and all of those
No,
things.
not done, man.
I love him same way. No, man, don't worry.
No.
I'm just joking. I'm just
I think it's a reality.
I understand, man. Don't worry yourself, man. But guys, it was indeed a good night. Thank you for being here wherever you're coming from. Africa, Europe, Antarctica, Oceanic, North America, South America, all 7 continents.
Yeah, man, big up the
It's
people.
all about Jamaica track and field, the legacy. And of course, Thursday night, we will be back here with the sprints. Warren's event, the 200, the 100, the 110, and 100-meter hurdles. We will be back here. Coach, you want to wrap up, or Warren can wrap up?
No, man, a free show, man. I'm the guest, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man, first and foremost, I want to thank Warren for calling in and then to jump onto the panel. Big up yourself, youth. You have been spitting some gems.
Yeah, make sure you guys, hold on. Remember, give me outtake. I want you to take away the show. It's your show.
Yeah.
People, I'll be on TVJ as an analyst from the 13th to the 21st. So if you're in Jamaica, make sure you watch TVJ. If not, what I want to say, One Spot Media.
Yeah,
make sure you get one. Make sure you get One Spot Media. One Spot Media and owe me a food because people can subscribe.
A double PM I get for that.
promo right
this
there.
man that the marketing already.
This man is a businessman, you know.
Yes, man. Yes. Anyways, big up the people who stop by as well. Please subscribe to HP channel and please go on Warren Weir Instagram and him TikTok and every possible social media platform and just follow Warren Weir. See it?
And support the athletes them. Go up on them page, support them, learn who them be, and get to know them. You might not know enough because they don't post enough, but just if you can put their story out there for themselves and help them to give them a little push, give them a push.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
For real.
That's exactly what I do. Yep.
So big up the people them in the chat. Of course, you know we have to end the show. We can't go all night, but we are save it some of it for Thursday. And
Yeah.
we appreciate you being here, people. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to both platforms, HP Chat Track, and also the Coaches Desk if you're new around here. All right. So again, respect our manners. Stay safe. Until next time. Peace.
Until next
All
week,
right.
guys. Peace. Warren, thank you.
No problem.
Jamaica's track and field legacy is unmatched. It is a story of triumph, resilience, and extraordinary talent. But do you know the stories behind the athletes who brought us glory? Hi, I'm HP, founder of HP Chat Track. My mission is simple: to celebrate the rich legacy of Jamaica track and field and shine a light on the incredible people who make it happen. Winning that race was a dream come true, but the journey wasn't easy. It's not just about medals, it's about inspiring the next generation. Jamaica track and field isn't just a sport, it's our pride, our culture, our heart. Every week I sit down with athletes, coaches and fans to bring you stories of dedication, passion and legacy. Plus, we've got exciting news and exclusive insights into the world of track and field. Make your Thursday night be at HP's place. Come hang out with us at HP Chat Track Studio.